Campus Registrar, Mr. Jonathan Archie, the Deputy Campus Registrar, Dr. Morgan Allen, Senior Assistant Registrar Admissions and International Office, Mr. Jamani Dunn, Assistant Registrar Admissions and International Office, all the staff of the ISO, other members of staff, new students, and parents. Pleasant morning, and welcome to the UWI. I have a feeling some of you may have been here before, but in case you have not, I want you to feel at home. I want you to feel special. I want you to feel like you belong. So I'm going to do a quick check. How many persons in the room have had relatives or parents who've been here before? Okay, all right. Why the hands are half-mast? I thought you'd be wide. I thought this would be a moment to be proud of. Can I see the hands again? Okay, second, third generations. How many persons you are the first in your family to be at the UWI? Okay. How many persons is the first time ever in Jamaica? Whoa, okay, you're in for a trip. How many persons are here? They've been to Jamaica before. Can I see the hands? Okay, not a lot, not a lot. Okay, so lots of things to get done. But you know what is remarkable? 75 years ago, something most of us can't possibly fathom. But 75 years ago, this campus started as a medical institute, just 33 people, right? But 75 years later, look at us now, right? You are standing in a space that has grown and that has achieved beyond measure, such that it is considered among the top 1% of institutions in the world, right? You know, give a round of applause for the UWI. Right? For establishing things Caribbean, for being bold enough to create the body of knowledge that we stand on and that we can be proud of. It's really a huge moment in time. We are proud to be here as a staff. We are proud to have you. And so feel welcome, feel at home. My name is Roger Bent, and I will take you through the program as much as is possible. I will behave myself, and you will likewise behave yourself. This is a program of getting to know each other, a program of getting to know the university, right? So it's that moment for you to absolutely relax. It's a moment for you to look around and see faces that you've never seen before, maybe some you've seen. It's that moment to express yourself and to get that sense of belonging. I know that generally when you get to a new place, you're always so tense, you're always so unsure, you are always so anxious because parents are no longer present, friends are no longer present. But in this room, believe it or not, will be friends that you're going to actually have for life beyond this time, right? So you may not know it now, but in this room is a good friend, is a best friend, is a best man, is a bridesmaid, is a business partner, many different things, right? It could even be a partner, but that's not my business. Many things. The point I'm making is you are about to make a bold step. You're about to see the world in ways you've never seen it before. You're about to have relationships you've never had before. It's exciting. There's no need to be fearful. There's no need to have foreboding. It's absolutely fantastic. It's a new frontier, a new world, a new part of you you've never had before that you're going to experience. Isn't that exciting? Whoa. I'm excited. So absolutely relax and enjoy yourselves and participate. That's a rule I have, right? So don't be just sitting down there and don't have anything to say. The fact that you're here and you've matriculated says to me that you've reached a level of competence that values you. There may be varying IQs, but everybody in here is competent and able to do well. That's the baseline. So everybody in here can communicate, can articulate. You may not always want to do it as loudly as others, but you all have the ability. So don't be shy, don't be afraid, your views matter, you matter, and that's very important. I've set the ground rule, and I can now move forward. So I've given you my welcome, and I've done some of the relevant introductions. I'll do others as I go by. Now, to give official welcome on the behalf of the university is our campus registrar. Please make welcome Dr. Donovan Stanbury.
Morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you all on making a very astute choice to be part of this great University of the West Indies. We know you have choices. We know that universities from all over are in your face or on your social media, but you have chosen to come to the University of the West Indies, and we do not take it for granted. Having said that, you have made a bad choice. You are coming into a space, a university that is in the top 1.5% in the world, and for a small country like Jamaica, or a small region like the West Indies, where all small islands with a population, if we're talking about the English-speaking Caribbean, about 6 to 7 million, it speaks volume to the kind of great work that has been done by our scholars and administrators in the past to give us this kind of repetition. So give the University of the West Indies a big round of applause. We have a responsibility, regional and international students, to ensure your success as a student in your specific field of endeavors, in your specific disciplines, but also to ensure that by the time you leave us in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, depending on the course that you are doing, the program rather, that not only will you leave with the technical skills and competence required to make a contribution to the building of your country, your family, and yourself, but also that you're a rounded person with all the skills necessary to navigate this treacherous path that we call life. The university has as one of its core values student-centeredness. And for those of you who are not aware, you probably are not because you have just joined us. But as we speak, we have just changed leadership as a campus with a new campus principal who assumed duties on the 1st of August. And it struck me that in his first communication with the university community, he has identified as one of his strategic goals during his tenure the whole business of student success. And that is important because all too often we forget that the reason why universities exist is not because so much of the books that our lecturers write and the fame we get from our research and our scholarship, but it's principally exists for our students to take people at one level and add value to them, and that when you leave here better people than you came. So the whole business of student success is our core and main business. And we are very focused on that. The fact that we have an international office should tell you that we are dedicated to your success of students. And universities in this modern era have to put in place the systems and the infrastructure and the architecture to ensure that students succeed. This transcends just having good lecturers and presenting lectures to you and giving you exams and so on and so forth. But we also have to be far more facilitating, if there is such a word. And that is why we have what we call an Office of Student Services and Development, to make sure that you not only grow and succeed and flourish academically, but that you acquire all the life skills necessary for your success, that you understand how to live in a community of students. I know most of you probably are leaving home for the first time. Most of you have not, I know boarding school the world over are not as popular as they were, for example, when I was going to school. And you probably were just used to a situation where your parents drop you off, you study, they pick you up back, you go home, do your homework. But now you're in a community that you have to be far more integrated and learn to live with your colleagues. And that is important, and that is why we have services and support to assist you to do that. So I'm sure during the first semester, between OSSD and your guild, we'll have a whole range of activities to help you with that integration. But we do not take for granted that because you have matriculated, because you come with a number of CSEC, or for those of the international students, whatever exams and passes you come here with, we do not take that for granted, that it means that ipso facto you are going to be successful, because there are other things come in life that can impact you. Sometimes the very fact of not being in your home environment can impact your performance. And that is why we have a whole slew of services to ensure that you are comfortable, that you settle, and that you are fully integrated and assimilated into our culture here as Jamaicans. And I want to encourage you all to avail yourself to all of those services. The University of the West Indies is unique in the sense that perhaps no other university in such a short time would have been able to train and mold so many leaders at the highest level, politically and otherwise. I think for a university of only 75 years, with our student population now at about 16,000, 17,000, we are punching way, way, way above where we should, because we have more prime ministers coming out of this university than probably any other. I'm saying this to say that quite apart from the biology and the chemistry and all of those technical things that you will learn here, we are also training you to be leaders in the society, in your countries when you go back. And in that regard, we have a very, very vibrant guild. The president is here, and she will talk to you at some point this morning. But I'm just encouraging you to get involved and be a part of all the range of activities that we have organized for you to ensure your success. While we have done our best to put in the systems in place to ensure your success, that does not release you from something that we call personal responsibility. You have left your home, many of you from far. You have left parents. I know your parents would have made tremendous sacrifice to get you here. And there is a personal responsibility with all the facilitation that we provide to ensure that you succeed. Your success is above all your own responsibility and your own priority. And so we are encouraging you to apply yourself so that from this group of regional and international students, all of you would, one, finish the course of study that you have come here to do. Two, you would have left here wholesome people, not damaged in any way, not getting involved in any kind of nefarious activity. Embrace the best of our culture. But I will be not truthful if I say to you that everything about our culture is all glorious. But you must have that sense of perception and that wisdom only to embrace that which is good. The coconut water, the jerk, the reggae. But some of the more unsavory things, don't bother with it, okay? Because your success is primarily your responsibility. So I leave here today, I stop here, assured that we have good people who are able to take care of you on the administrative side, Dr. Morgan and her team in the International Office on Admission. We have excellent lecturers who will make sure that we pass on the knowledge to you, the cutting edge. And we have excellent programs within our student services department to ensure your success. I'm sure of that, and I think that we can have a very, very fruitful journey. Finally, the university, one of our strategic plans, strategic objective, is to increase our cohort of international students. Not only to make more money, but more importantly to ensure that our students have the richest experience that is possible when you study within a genuinely cosmopolitan environment. And you are very, very important to us. And I don't think we can do as good as a job as your parents, but we'll certainly strive to approximate that. Thank you very much, and welcome to the University of the West Indies, your place to shine.
Thank you, Dr. Donovan Stanbury. Also bringing welcome from Admissions and International Office is Dr. Marsha Morgan Allen. She is a Senior Assistant Registrar for Admissions and International Office. Again, please make her welcome.
All right, thanks. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so on behalf of the Admissions and International Office, I bring greetings to you from all of my team members, right? A very special welcome to each and every one of you. You have come from far, and you have made Mona your choice of campus, right? You know that we have other campuses, but you have made Mona. And for that, we're truly grateful. We're appreciative of what you have done, leaving your home from so far away. Now, as the registrar and Mr. Bent had said before, this is our 75th year of existence here in Jamaica. And you would have heard the registrar talking about our distinguished tradition of excellence, right? And so you're very special because you're now joining us in our 75th year. And a very special welcome, you know, that's why we want to treat you so well in all the time that you're here. I hope that everything has been going very well. Today is the first in a series of orientation sessions. We hope that you will learn a lot today. This will be different from your other orientation sessions. And so we hope that you will soak up all information as much as possible so that when you start your classes in September, you're on the right path. Welcome again. Welcome to each and every one of your parents. I know I'm seeing some faces that look kind of worried. Not sure why, but your students, your children are in good hands. The International Office, we have a team of persons always willing, always available to deal with our students. students. They're very special. And as the registrar said, the principal and senior management, we're looking towards our international students, giving you a very good experience and hoping to welcome some more. So today we have, very tight schedule, very packed. So we're appreciative again. I can't say how much we appreciate you being here. And so we have a program planned, very exciting. We hope to see you again, even though our welcome is a little bit short here. Let you know that for the duration of your stay, you're always welcome. Very special to us. Thank you again. And you can see 75 years rooted. Come on, man. Come on, man. We're warming up. Shout out now. Come again now. Rooted, ready, rising. Come again. All right. So when we have our celebrations on campus, we want you to be involved. As the registrar said, be active. That's the only way you're going to get that best experience. As Roger said, to get the most out of your experience, you have to know each other, right? Get along with each other. Get out of your shell. Get to know each other, their future friends. Network, join our clubs. Later on, OSSD will be here telling you about all the student clubs and activities. That's a first step in terms of getting to know persons, right? And you'll be surprised. You will see other persons from your home country. So take care, all the best. Visit us in the Admissions and International Office, and all the best in your studies. Take care.
Thank you very much, Dr. Morgan Allen. I've done a small check, and the energy in the room is a tad low. You've got to do better, right? Because you feed from energy, right? So if the energy is this low, and we haven't even begun, then by lunchtime it's over, right? So we have to amp up the energy, right? We have to amp up the energy. So when I say UWI, you say oi. Oi. Say oi. Oi. So I'm going to say UWI, 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 and you're going to say, all right, good. That's what I'm talking about. So let us start with that, just warming up the voice. And UWI, UWI, UWI. UWI, UWI, UWI. 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 UWI, UWI, UWI. UWI, UWI, UWI. UWI, UWI, UWI. 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 Not bad. Not bad. We'll get there, but we'll get there. At this time,
let them know that you and without a you, there is no.
Excellent. At this time, bringing greetings from the Guild of Students is Miss Omalora Wilson. She's a president of the Guild of Students here at the UWI Mona. She also will bring her contingent, and if they are not here, she will do the relevant introductions. So please make her welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Bent. My contingent is not here. We're waiting for Thursday when you'll meet the true crew. Yes? Members of the University of the West Indies Senior Administration, our host, Mr. Roger Bent, members of the International Students Office, parents, and their esteemed new regional and international students of the University of the West Indies. Good morning. Welcome to a place where excellence meets opportunity and where great students become extraordinary leaders. My name is Omalora Wilson, UWI Mona Guild President for the academic year. This is my Vice President, Martinez Bartley, and I have been granted 10 minutes to give you our thoughts on the university from a student's perspective. In the meanwhile, there's a student here who has the brochures. I'm trying to find you. Can you wave to me, please? Thank you. All right, so Martina is going to collect the brochures and come and give them out, right? So welcome to a place where excellence meets opportunity. Again, my name is Omalora Wilson. And of course, I'm going to give you things from a student's perspective. Administration will come and they'll give you the formal information. But as the president of the University of the West Indies Guild of Students, I will give you from a student's perspective. Yes? To all the students here, your presence is a testament that love and unwavering support and a vigor to get higher education is possible to all. And amongst all the university in this big world, remember that great students go to universities, but only the greatest come to the University of the West Indies, Mona, and its vibrant community. Now, at the heart of the university experience is the UWI Mona Guild, that's us, the student governing body and the premier student governing body of the institution, and it comprised of 43 dedicated and elected student representatives. The Guild's primary duty is to serve and advocate for the needs and aspirations of the student population, and their commitment is to ensuring your time here is enriching and unforgettable, and it is unwavering. We extend our arms to all of you who decided to leave your home island in pursuit of knowledge. We understand the magnitude of this journey, and we assure you that every step that you take on this path will be worth it. Alongside academic pursuits, the student body fosters a vibrant atmosphere through various events and activities, from the iconic Integration Thursdays that unite students from diverse backgrounds, to the spectacular Irving Hall Culturama, to celebrity lectures, study sessions, and the Grand Carnival. We have an array of other engaging events, and you'll find no shortage of opportunities to connect and thrive there. And while you enter this institution, we urge you to view your time here at the University of the West Indies as a stepping stone towards greatness and growth. When you enter this institution, you are a 620. By this time, everybody knows what a 620 is, yes? Your 620 is the first three numbers of our ID. For the over 15,000 students here at the University of the West Indies, all of us have a 620. Your goal here, or your job here, is to ensure that you do not leave this institution as a mere 620. I entered this institution as a 620. I'm leaving this institution as Omolora Wilson, this president, 2 times president in history. Omolora the performer, Omolora the entertainer, everything that I want to be, because I understand the importance of not leaving this institution as a 620. And so I charge you students to ensure that you too leave this institution not just as a 620, but as your name, right? My friend who I picked up at the airport? Yeah, man. So in that, I want to introduce some things to you that I believe will foster your growth. And I'll allow Martin Hill to step in and talk to you about that. Go ahead, Martin Hill.
Well, good morning again. As was stated, I am Martin Hill Bartley, the UWI Guild Vice President of Services and Special Projects. So, as Omi stated, the University of the West Indies is a regional institution that brings together students from across the Caribbean, you know, from various countries, backgrounds, and cultural diversities. It is this rich tapestry of diversity that makes the university experience so unique and invaluable. Now, as the Vice President of Services and Special Projects, I want to assure you that we are here to support your every step and your hostility growth in every aspect. By doing this, we have a myriad of projects and services that will aid in such growth. To this end, I'd like to highlight some of our projects and plans we have in place to support you as students to aid in your growth and welfare. Firstly, I'd like to mention the Guild Financial Assistance Program, where we aid students in their tuitions, foods, and transportation, as we aid, persons kind of can't find it sometimes, so we try to help as much to help students to survive this university space. I would also like to mention our feeding program that occurs mostly in the, mainly in exam period, where we provide warm food to students here. As you know, exam time, it's quite hectic, and students can't find the time to cook food or prepare food to sustain themselves during exam period, because studying all nighters, it's quite hectic time here at university. But we are here for you guys, so don't worry about all that. Additionally, furthermore, I like to ensure you guys know. I like to ensure you guys know. Furthermore, I want to know you guys' concerns and your worries, suggestions are valuable to us. So if you encounter any challenges or any ideas about improving your experience here at campus, please reach out to us and let us know what you think or where you can uplift or improve anything. Additionally, your guild is your voice, and we are here to advocate for your needs and your aspirations. Additionally, ensure you are part of your student associations. Okay, so for those of you who are not yet met your representatives, they are here. I'll introduce you to them shortly. They're about the place, so don't worry. I know we have Antigua and Barbuda. Barbados is here, Bahamas, St. Vincent and Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago are here in the room right now, so we'll meet them soon. Any issues you have, please feel free to reach out to me. And ending my part of this speech, I'll begin, as you begin this academic year at the University of West Indies, Mona, I encourage you to embrace the power of regional unity, to recognize the incredible potential that lies within each and every one of you, and to take advantage of the support and resources available here at the UWI. Together, we can achieve great things, not just as individuals, but as representatives of our various diverse Caribbean cultures and international regions. Welcome once again, and I wish you all a successful and fulfilling year ahead. Thank you. Back to
All right, everyone. So just to wrap off, I want to let you know that while the alluring of exciting events may beckon to you, that your pursuit here of paramount importance is your academic pursuit. And the quality of education that you receive here is a foundation upon which you will build your future. So embrace your studies, engage with your professors, and dive in your subjects that ignite your curiosity. But I also want to say to you, lest we forget the island that surrounds us, or is between these waters that surround us, Jamaica, the land of wood and water. So this tropical paradise is not only your academic home, but it also a place ripe for exploration and adventure. And we offer organized trips to help you discover the rich culture, the breathtaking landscapes, and warm-hearted people that make up this beautiful nation. So look out for that. The Guild will be organizing trips so you can get more familiar with the place, and so that when you leave in 3 to 5 years, you feel as if you had a wholesome experience here at the University of the West Indies. So welcome once again to the University of the West Indies, Mona. Embrace this moment as you step onto a path of immense growth and discovery. Know that you have a community that is here, that believes in your potential, and is here to support you every step of the way. And as you embark on this bold journey, remember that you're not just attending a university, you're becoming a part of a legacy. Together we grow, together we achieve, together we can make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. After the Jamaican plug, you might have to talk to the Tourist Enhancement Fund, because maybe you can get something out of it. Excellent, 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 excellent. No, energy in the room. You promised me energy, levels of energy. We started, we're going to continue. UWI, UWI, UWI! UWI, UWI, UWI! UWI, UWI, UWI! Ah, beautiful. I love this. You're getting there. Not quite there yet, but you're getting there. The next set of activity that we have is a little bit about shopping and other trips. That's not too bad. Miss Vikisha Allen, she's Admissions and International Office. She works with the Admissions and International Office, as well as Mr. Odain Murray, the Marketing, Recruitment and Communications person who is here, will give you the rundown on activities and shopping trip update. Energy, make them welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. Some persons didn't answer. Good afternoon, everyone. I know that many of you must be excited about what's coming next. It's one of my favorite activities. Who can guess what it is? No, sir, that not sound excited to me. Shopping! Okay, so tomorrow, August 23rd, we'll be taking you on a shopping trip. Now, I know many of you are just remembering that bag on the bed that you should have put in your bag that had little toiletries that you needed. We got you covered. A fan that you're gonna need to keep cool. We got you covered. Food items that I am sure you're going to need. We got you covered. So we're taking you to Mega Mart. Now, this will be tomorrow, and we'll be taking you from the Undercroft. Most of you, if not everybody in here, should be familiar with the Undercroft by now. Show hands down who don't know. You will know after this. So we're starting at 1:30 and we'll depart at 2 p.m. Now the cost for transportation only, it's $20 US or 3,000 Jamaican dollars. And this is cash only, so make sure that you don't bring the card. Now, as I said, you have your groceries, household items, furniture, appliance, electronics, ATM, pharmacy. This is like a one-stop shop. You can get everything from a pin to an anchor. Maybe not an anchor, but you'll definitely get a pin. And then we are going to take you for a treat. Now, Devon House ice cream, and I am testifying, Devon House ice cream is, I heard somebody say one off, is the best ice cream in Jamaica. I can stake my life on it. You need to try the Devon Stout. Someone knows. And after that, we take you back to campus. Now, Odin will inform you of some activities that we have going on campus.
All right, good morning, everyone, until the slide comes up. Good morning, everyone. All right, thank you for being here. My name is Odein Murray, and I'm here from the Marketing, Recruitment, and Communications Office. So there is an important event. I know they're saying, and you have to believe it, we're 75 years, and there is an official event for all students. Now, this is an official university event, right? And as you can see, looking at the screen, on Sunday, September 10, at 9 a.m. at the UWI Chapel. Let me see those who know where the chapel is already. Can I see the hands? Oh, all right, we really need to do that tour. So you need maybe a hall committee, and for those of you who are commuters, during the general orientation period, you will get a tour of the campus. So at the University Chapel, every year we have our annual welcome service, and this year, as with last year, we're pairing it with our matriculation ceremony. So when you talk about the pageantry, meeting your vice chancellor, meeting your principal, your deputy principal, all of that, you will also meet your matriculant, the student coming from Cape who had the highest grade will be the matriculant for this year. And so we're inviting all of you to the matriculation ceremony. Now, as you can see, the official dress code is formal black and white. Why am I here? Each year we ask a student from one of the contributing countries to light a candle representing that country. So it's an English-speaking Caribbean country, right? So Ms. Sims is sending around a list. I need at least 4 nominees, persons who you're interested in lighting the candle for your country. You won't speak. All you need to do is be in your black and white. We'll give you a robe, and you'll go up to your candle. We'll have a rehearsal as well. We'll have a rehearsal the week before, so you'll get a run through, and all you need to do is light the candle. The registrar will say your name and say you're representing your country. So the list is coming around. If it is that by the time it gets to you, the 4 persons from your country are already, that's fine. Right, so we need 4 persons. So I'm asking all of you, write your names, when we contact you via email or WhatsApp, ensure you attend the rehearsal. And I think it's an honor that you will be able to represent your country at such an official event, right? Official black and white. And your halls, if you're living in halls, then definitely they'll bring you. If you're commuting, we have a YouTube link. We understand the chapel can only hold about 400 students in total, right? And so we know that we can't have everyone face to face. Some students will join us online. So ensure you attend our welcome service and matriculation ceremony, right? If there are any questions, I guess you could speak to Mr. Dunn or anybody from the office, the International Students Office, and they'll definitely get them to us. All right? Everything clear? Clear? All right, thank you very much.
Okay, guys, you have to work on your applause. It's not cute. All right, so after 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. So let me give you an idea of how the applause should sound. You know, after those television movies, television daytime shows, right, where you know they're telling people to applaud, and it sounds really loud and exciting, yeah. Right. No, there will not be anybody here that is having a card that says applause, 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 but pretend like there is, right? So before and after a presentation, I need to hear that television sound. So after 2, 1, 2. Perfect. You guys are great. Excellent. So as of now, that's the sound I intend for you to give to me. All right, quick question though. I have a quick question for you. It's a fun fact I want to know. All right, so which would you prefer? A really good movie or a sporting event? If you say good movie, put your hand up. If you say a sporting event, it doesn't really matter whatever, as long as it's sport. Can I see your hand up? Okay, so more people here like movies as opposed to sports. Fine, okay, just checking, just checking. The next item is an information session on student opportunities with Campus Elite. Ms. Jolise Johnson, she's the International Student Representative for Campus Elite, is coming to us to make that presentation. So with energy, make her welcome.
Okay, while the presentation is getting put on the screen, my name is Jolise Johnson. I'm from the Bahamas, and I'm representing Campus Elite today. I am an MBBS major, and I live at Leslie Robinson Hall. Like I said, I'm from the Bahamas, but I found a home in Jamaica thanks to Campus Elite. They played a big part in that. So, yeah. I think we can get started.
Yui! Oi, oi, oi! Yui! Oi, oi! Yui! Okay, so I have a question. The question is, reading notes or listening to recordings? Hold on. Reading notes or listening to recordings? Which one? All right, so if you say reading notes, reading notes, put your hand up. You can't say both, because it's either or. So, reading notes, fine. Listening to recordings. So, for those persons, can somebody who's into reading notes say, why are you into notes? And somebody who's into recordings explain why you record, listening to recordings. Reading notes, who's going to shoot? Yes. Why reading notes?
It makes me understand more clear than recording and listening to the recording.
Visually?
Yeah, visually, and examples and pictures and stuff like that.
Okay. Anybody else for reading notes? Yes?
Personally, when I read notes, I could see the answer in my head. I see the words, and I can't really do that if I'm listening.
So there's a hand up top, right? And those who are actually into recordings, get ready to explain to me why.
I like to read notes because you can actually take the time out to understand the information and actually think about it a little bit longer so that you can gain more clarity.
Okay. So those persons who are into listening to recordings, can you explain to me why? Yes.
Everybody could hear me. I don't think I need the mic. I'm into recordings because not everything you can get in class. So sometimes recording and also taking your own personal notes, you can go back home and listen to what the teacher or lecturer taught again and take your notes after that, but you didn't get in class.
Okay. Next person who is into recording as opposed to reading. Yes.
Especially depending on how fast the lecture goes, I may miss stuff, so a recording feels more accurate.
Okay. Anyone else on recording? Right here. It's coming down. It's coming. The microphone is coming down to you.
Hello, good morning. For me personally, I think recordings are really effective because it's similar to that of memorizing a song. If you want to recall something, the actual notes itself could come into memory, and it's easier to jot it down compared to that of notes. And I know you said there's either or, but if you use both methods, I think it's really effective.
Okay. Point made. Thank you. Okay. So we continue. Bat or ball? Bat or ball? What is your preference? Bat or ball? Explain. Somebody said both. I barely know the code. Bat or ball? And explain to me if you prefer bat, why? If you prefer ball, why? And maybe if you prefer both. Explain. Yes. I have to add the board since she's made a very convincing argument about both.
Afternoon, everyone. I think my ability to hit a ball is a lot better than my ability to throw a ball. So I go with bat.
Okay, if you are advocating for the bat, who else? Right here.
Well, I mean, me personally, I am a batsman and I play cricket, so I bat more than I bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reason.
Anyone else for bat? Okay, if you are advocating for the ball. No one? Right here is an advocate for the ball. I think you underestimate the power of the ball. You know?
Okay, so when you said the ball, it could be any ball.
Any ball. Bat or ball. Any ball.
So there are so many things you can do with a ball, but when it comes to a bat, you're only limited to hitting the ball. So I guess it goes back to my argument. You could have both. With a game, you could make cricket with the bat and the ball, or you could have baseball. But with a ball, you could have football, netball, different types of games. So, yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much. Anybody else who had a both concept? Who didn't make a presentation? Both. All right. So she's both. So let's hear the explanation for both bat and ball.
Hi, morning everyone. I'm just going based off of cricket. So bat.
You're a cricket fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bat, I just find batting is more fun, but I'm better with bowling, with the ball. So that's why I just said both.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Pass the microphone down for me. All right.
Okay. Okay, so I will just read through the presentation for you guys. So yeah, I'm here with Campus Elite, and our slogan is "Do the Most at University." So, Campus Elite Jamaica is a youth-focused marketing agency, a college lifestyle brand, and the home of Jamaica's only digital college community. At our core, we create opportunities for high-capacity students to learn what it takes to be successful in the modern world of work, all while having fun and getting paid while remaining a full-time student. At our college community, our mission is to empower high-capacity students with unique experiences, life-changing opportunities, and a modern learning environment while bridging the gap between academia and the corporate world. What we offer at Campus Elite: we offer jobs and opportunities. Our students connect with valuable work experiences that allow them to earn while they learn, preparing them for the corporate world. We also offer college marketing solutions. We facilitate brand engagement, promotions among university students, which creates a win-win for the students and the brands. We also offer events and experiences. We curate and organize a variety of events that enrich your university life and foster networking and create unforgettable memories. We drive visibility and participation for university events and enhance campus engagement through community involvement. Our unique value at Campus Elite is that we are the hub of modern university life. We serve as the epicenter for contemporary university experiences, providing a vibrant and connecting community. We also have high-capacity student focused. We are tailored to offer opportunities for our students with exceptional potential, offering them a platform to excel and grow. We are a cutting-edge learning environment, and we provide a forward-looking corporate learning atmosphere that equips students with practical skills for their future careers. We are the next generation digital college community. Through our platform, we unite students from diverse tertiary institutions, backgrounds, and foster partnership and pleasure while facilitating networking. So, what are the benefits for you as regional students? We offer experience. CE opens doors to unparalleled experience that enhance your personal and professional growth on a corporate and entertainment level. Students will gain exposure to real-world scenarios, enabling them to transition seamlessly to the corporate world. At Campus Elite, work meets fun. Students are provided with work experiences at the hottest events across Jamaica. And after their job is done, you can enjoy the event courtesy of Campus Elite. And of course, you can also go to the event courtesy of Campus Elite just to have fun at a discounted rate most of the time. For a regional student, with Campus Elite, you can also explore Jamaica. Not only can you experience Kingston and our Kingston UWI campus and our endorsed events, but we also provide out-of-parish work and event experiences. So, we have some testimonials from our regional students, essentially saying we love Campus Elite. I'm not going to go through all, but I will give my personal experience with Campus Elite. The me last year would not have been speaking to you right now if it wasn't for Campus Elite. At orientation last year for varsity with Campus Elite, I remember asking how to combat imposter syndrome, because I know I can do things, but I just choose not to because I psych myself out. And our CEO, Sandra Malcolm, and the other panelists basically told me, just do it. Even if you're scared, still do it. And I feel like an organization like that is something that you need in university. You need someone or like-minded people who've been where you are and people who are still where you are to say, hey, okay, yes, you're falling down, or yes, you may feel like you're falling down, but you have people behind you, people in your corner who know what you're going through and who can do just like you're doing and help you with it. And that is someone and some people that you would need in your university life, someone to motivate you and inspire you. So to make your mark at Campus Elite, you can join our Opportunity Network on our website at www.campuselitejm.com, where you will get your CEID and unlock a world of possibilities for your career and to just have fun. We also have a varsity club for high-impact exclusive students who are needing to master skills for corporate dominance. So that comes to the end of my presentation. You can email us at admin@campuselitejm.com. Our social media handles are campuselite.jm. Our phone number is 876-590-3358. And our app is on the App Store and the Google Play Store. It's Campus Elite Jamaica. And remember to do the most at university. Thank you.
Okay, everyone, can you give Campus Elite some more love? Yeah. Thank you. At this time, we are also taking greetings it's more than greetings. The topic is getting the most out of your UWI experience, and he is more than capable to explain this to you. He's my direct boss, and he is the director of the Office of Student Services and Development, Mr. Jason McKenzie. Please make him welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roger Bent, the person who's guiding this program and the Student Service and Development Manager for Chancellor Hall. In fact, he also has responsibilities for our Debating and Public Speaking Society. Let me acknowledge the president of Assistant Registrar, Mr. Jamani Dunn, the Director of Security, Mr. Norman Haywood, members from the International Student Office who may be here today, our parents, students who are our regional international students. Good afternoon it is. Thank you very much. Let me first extend a very warm welcome to you to the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. We're truly delighted to have you here. We have been waiting for you a long time. I don't know if it amounts to the parent who's been trying to have a child for a long time, and waiting. But what I want to say to you, it is with a lot of love in our hearts. It's with a lot of planning and deep expectations that we have been awaiting your arrival here. That's because we find pleasure in molding, in shaping the next generation of Caribbean leaders with a global reach. And here at the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies, our quest, our desire is to help you to achieve that which you have set out to do and beyond. Our quest is to help you as new students to settle into this space and to lay a foundation for excellence. It is a known fact by virtue of our ranking that we are an institution of excellence. And the excellence goes beyond that which you will receive in the classroom. Our pride and joy is to curate the complete student, is to provide for you amazing teaching and learning experiences. Experiences that you'll find inside the classroom and experiences beyond the classroom. The office that I lead has responsibility for developing or providing or fostering the beyond the classroom experiences. And so our mantra is dream, achieve, become. I want to hear you say that. Dream, achieve, become. One more time, man. Dream, achieve, become. We want you to imagine ennobling possibilities. We want you to dream and to dream big. Do not limit that dream of yours as to what you can do by being within this space. There are many persons who started out dreaming to become scientists, and they have gone on and created an impact in the world, in research, in areas of climate change, where we are leaders in the space. There are persons who are pursuing degrees in medicine, and they dream of becoming a leader in the field of medicine. But while they're at it, they are achieving their full potential by being an excellent tennis player. Dream, I say to you, dream of becoming whatever it is that you want to be. And we will help you while you're here to achieve that. To achieve leadership responsibilities. To be not just a student leader in your particular space, but be able to make a mark in the communities that you serve, the communities beyond the walls of the UWI. And so in the OSSND, we have a community outreach initiative program, if you may, where we allow for persons to make a significant contribution to the society through actions of social responsibility. We're talking about dreaming. We're talking about achieving. We're talking about becoming. You can become that which you set your mind to. And we want to create an environment that will help you to do that. And so the Office of Student Services and Development has a range of programs and services designed for your benefit. If you're talking about leadership, debating and public speaking, mentorship, we have an Office of Placement and Career Services where we do career development for you. We help you along that journey. Academic Support Unit, where we sit with you and we work with you to understand your strengths and your weaknesses to help you to become that which you have dreamed about. There are a range of programs that you will engage through your hall of residence, because the hall of residence is not just a place to eat and to sleep. It's not a dormitory. What it is a place where a significant part of your learning will take place. You're living in communities where you're learning, working with persons from various backgrounds, and you're just achieving amazing things in those spaces. And so we want to help you to become the holistic student, the distinguished UWI student, one who is deeply rooted in the Caribbean but has a global reach, one who understands their responsibility to the environment, one who is a problem solver and a creative thinker. That's what we want to do for you. We want for you to achieve your full potential. So while you will excel in the classroom, what I'm saying to you, make use of the range of programs that are available to you outside of the classroom so that you can excel and you can become your best self. So I urge you, I challenge you, just to invest some time and energy into what we have planned for you, and I guarantee you that you will leave the walls of the UWI as an amazing global citizen that will make a difference wherever you go and wherever you serve. It is my joy and pleasure, along with my team, to work with you for this academic year and beyond so that you will become persons of excellence. Thank you.
UWI. This side, you say UWI, and this side, you say. After 2. 1, 2. I need some practice, man. The spirit, not the spirit. I hear it up here, but I don't feel it down here. You have to get it quickly. We don't have a lot of time, you know. The campus semester really begins next week. After 2. 1, 2. Well done, well done. Positive reinforcement, right? That's always a good thing. Now, we've talked about the whole idea of the campus community and what it offers. You just heard a whole lot of stuff from the Director of Student Services about the out-of-classroom experiential value that the UWI will bring you. So in other words, you coming here as a student will not just make you book smart, but it will also make your life smart, right? Now, in order to do that part, you also need safety and security and all of those wonderful things. And so, to talk to us about safety and security on campus is Mr. Norman Haywood. He's the Director of Campus Security. Please make him welcome.
Thank you, Roger. Good morning. Is it afternoon? Yeah, good afternoon. That was why that UWI sounded so, right? I understand. I won't stay too long. Okay, so it's a pleasure to be here this morning, and let me use this opportunity to welcome you all on behalf of the security team that protects you and keep you safe while you're on campus. Now, like in any country, wherever you travel, no matter how safe the country is, I always advise persons to read the travel advisory. Sometimes it's in the hotel room, sometimes it's where you are. Now that you're on campus, I'll be giving you the travel advisory in terms of keeping you safe on campus. Now, the campus is relatively safe. We have victimization of students averaging less than 1% when you look at the total number of students and the total number of cases reported for students. Yeah, well, like for approximately 15,000 students coming on, and of that amount, victimization for a year is less than 1% of that population. So it's very low. But you don't want to be the one who is victimized. So we are here now to basically give you some safety tips. First of all, the campus has 3 layers of security personnel. We have the National Police Force, which is on campus. We have a post here. It's called the Mona Police Post. We have a campus police unit that you will see driving around, conducting escorts, etc. And we have the private contracted security providers. These are the security guards that you'll see at the entrance points, the access points. You will see them on the halls of entrance and so on. And we also have a surveillance camera system that rings the campus, and it is monitored on a 24-hour basis. Now, let us go into the security advisory. From the moment you have been enrolled as a student, a special relationship is established between yourself and the campus. The campus has a legal, social, and professional responsibility to deliver certain services, which includes reasonable protection from foreseeable harm. In return, each of you have a responsibility to take care of your personal security and property. Now, first of all, parking on campus. Those of you who might drive or have persons driving coming to look for you on campus, you don't want the vehicles to be clamped and towed away. So you have to understand that there are certain parking rules, there are certain yellow lines. Just as in the main thoroughfare, people don't park at the yellow lines, people don't park in areas that are designated for others. These spots are marked. You have the main car park, which I know you'll be shown by your tour guides. And so you will know exactly where the parkings are. On some halls, parking, there are space for parking, but generally speaking, people don't just park anywhere on campus. It's highly regulated. We have security officers deployed to all the hall of residence. So you'll be asked for IDs. And I wear my ID, although everybody on campus know me, but I still wear my ID. Just to be the one who set the example about wearing IDs. And I know the guild will be working with us to have a campaign of wearing your IDs on campus. Because there are thousands of you walking up and down on campus, and the security officers don't know you. They won't know everyone. So from time to time, you'll be requested to show your ID, especially when entering at night. Before they get to know you when going on the halls, you'll be required to show ID, etc. Right? Now, you can prevent or minimize the chances of being a victim of crime. And the most important way of preventing crime is awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. First of all, get to know the campus and get to know those off-campus locations, because people will take you off-campus, but you have to know exactly where there's a high likelihood of some form of criminal activity taking place to avoid those areas. You have to develop a positive attitude towards your own security. That means you have to be confident, you have to be alert while traveling on and off campus. Be alert while walking across the campus, in that some persons are so caught up with their cell phone that they don't know anything happening around them. So it's best that you avoid walking and talking and not knowing what is happening around you. Do not leave your phones and laptops unattended. Sometimes the thieves are the ones basically helping you to look for it. So you don't know who the person is, right? So your phones, your laptop, these personal effects, please don't leave them anywhere. Take them with you. Make sure you have them with you at all times. Now, first-year students, especially during the first semester, are more vulnerable to being victims of crime. Persons normally play on their ignorance. People tend to want to trick you, or you might develop a couple of friends that you see in the first year and feel that they are really friends, and you might get up and leave your stuff with them. But you got up and leave it believing that they're going to protect it for you. When you come back, nobody sees it. So I'm just telling you, just be careful, especially how you leave your laptops and so on in labs, in libraries, under gazebos, etc. Keep your room door locked at all times. Even if you are making short journeys to the kitchen, the bathroom, or the washroom, lock your door. Because most of the petty theft that we have had on campus are persons who leave their room doors open and go jogging or go outside to speak with friends and so on. So I'm advising you to keep your room doors locked and keep your keys with you. Don't leave your keys hanging around over the top and the mats, etc. Never unlock the emergency exit unless it's an emergency. Some people do unlock the emergency for a shorter route out or so on. Please don't do that. In terms of cybercrime, it's a reality everywhere in the world, and I'm here to advise you that you need to use hard-to-guess passwords. Don't use a simple password, the name of your cat and your birthday and stuff like that. Use hard-to-guess password. Uppercase in, lowercase in, symbol, etc., etc. Nobody's supposed to guess your password just like that. Never share your password with anyone. If you get the slightest hint that your password may be compromised, change it immediately and try to use a very good antivirus software to keep your computer up to date. Now, if you're going to be using the UWI mail system, don't open emails or attachments from unknown sources. From time to time, you have persons trying to send you email for you to click on it. That's not how the UWI information system work. They don't send you links to click on. So just keep that in mind from day one. Wherever time you get a link, it's someone who's trying to get into the system. Back up your computer and extended hard drive, and never share your online joining instructions, because sometimes they're going to have Zoom meetings with your lecturer and so on. Don't share the instructions for joining, meaning your password. Persons who should be there will get their own link. And keep your bank cards, your credit card, your PIN in a safe place at all times. Don't send anyone to the ATM with your card. You went out, you're feeling lazy, and you want some Kentucky, so you send your friend and give them your PIN and your card. Don't do that. That's a no-no. And avoid going to the ATM alone at night. Always check for hidden scanning device and cameras in ATMs before inserting your card. Just run your finger along the slot before pushing your card in. And if you find anything that is kind of obstructing or so on, don't push your card in it, because scammers will push these things inside, get off your information, and have hidden camera to get your password. Avoid taking, storing, or sending compromising pictures of self or anyone over the internet. These could lead to persons being charged for cybercrime. Now, when traveling off campus, we have a taxi policy. This is where we vet the taxis that are supposed to come on campus, and we give them a sticker. So you see a UWI sticker in the windscreen of these taxis. They were vetted already, so we know the drivers, we know that they are legitimate. So don't just jump in a taxi or the first car you see saying taxi. In Jamaica, the official taxis have a red plate on them. So you look for the red plate cars to travel in and not the ones who are just saying that they are taxis. We call them robots here. And we have a taxi stand at the Irving Hall gate. You will know it. That's where most of the students who are going down, Papine and so on, exit from. And there are also safety issues, which include possible persons being scammed by some of these persons who call themselves taxi drivers. So we have vetted the taxis, and those are the ones you should take. Now, if walking on the street or so, you feel you're being followed, drive or walk as quickly as possible to a lit area where several persons are gathered, or to a police station, a gas station, or a public area. If you're approached by someone who is suspicious, walk on the other side of the road and scream if you're being attacked. Try and develop a buddy system among yourselves so that you can check on each other. Yeah, you know if a person leaves, say they're going shopping down the road or they're going Devon House to buy ice cream. just have a system where you can account for each other, so you know where each other are. I'm encouraging you to report all incidents of threats, stalking, bullying, sexual assault, sexual harassment, domestic violence to the campus police or the Mona police. Don't hesitate to report any of those offenses. We have an app called the Rush Alert that was developed by some university students, and we are promoting it. Some students have it already, and you'll hear some more about it. As soon as you get the information, please download it, because it's going to be having some exciting features. A panic alarm system is going to be on it, and alert system is going to be on it. So as soon as you get the information, which will be here on the general orientation day, you will get that information. So basically, follow your instinct. If something does not seem right, it probably isn't. And remember, your personal safety and security begins with you. Be alert, be aware, and develop the right attitude towards security. And for those of you who are writing, let me just give you a couple of numbers. The central monitoring station is a 24-hour system. The number is 876-702-4334 or 876-551-0136. The Mona Police Post is 876-837-7192. And the Office of Director of Security, should in case you want to report something directly to my office, it's 876-977-9902 or 876-970-6698. And if you're on the street and you want to get in touch with the police quickly, it's 119. 119 from any phone. So thank you, all the best, and hope your stay here is enjoyable and crime-free. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Haywood. And some persons, when they got in here earlier, they would have gotten some colored cards. A random assignment of cards would have been given to you. Those persons who have those, we're asking something special of you. But before that, if you have this receipt, make sure you keep it, right? It's your passport to refreshments, right? So please don't lose it, or for some reason you may have disposed of it. Retrace your steps, right? So please bear in mind that you need this in order to access refreshments that is slated at the end of this program. Now, for those persons who had the different colored cards, now there are about 4 colors. There were blue, red, yellow, and peach, right? Not all persons will have them. Some were given them. No, if you are the person with any one of these cards, I'm going to be asking you to be bold, to be fearless, and to do what I'm about to ask you. If you are blue, the question posed to you is, what is your greatest concern about coming to Mona? If you got blue, that's a question you'll have to answer. If you're red, what gets me upset and how do I process that issue? If I'm yellow, if you could provide an inspiring thought, what would that be? And if you're peach, who is your role model in life and why? Now, when you do indicate, and the microphone will get to you, tell me your name, where you're from, and then you may begin your presentation. So, in no random order, you are, of course, it's quite fine to opt out, right? There is no force or no or any other kind of unreasonable expectation. It's a part of the process of getting to know you. And as a UWI student, we want you to be articulate and be bold enough to state your point of view. But it's still optional, and feel comfortable to opt out, okay? So, that said, whichever color you have, and you may choose to go, indicate your color, introduce yourself, and give me the instructions. And, well, and deliver as was instructed. I'll read again. If you're blue, what is your greatest concern about coming to Mona? If you're red, what gets you upset, and how do you process the issue? If you're yellow, if you could provide an inspiring thought, what would that be? And if you're peach, who is your role model in life and why? Who will take it first? Okay, blue, it will be. Could someone get blue a microphone, please? Okay, you're clear. Yes, that's true. Hi, Leah. Yeah. Okay, so blue has gone. Anyone else? We have yellow in the front.
Hi. You hearing me?
No, I'm not hearing you. Is the microphone working?
Hello. Y'all hearing me?
Can you hear me without this?
Yes.
So, I am Hope. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago.
TNT.
I would just like to say, I know it's scary because coming to a whole country, being on such a big campus. I just want to say, don't be scared, be brave, and confidence will carry you along.
Thank you. Any other color? Yes, sir. Oh, there's that color, and pink is somewhere there after that. Yes. Good afternoon. Excellent. Yes. It says, what gets me upset, and how do I process that?
Mic check, mic check, mic check.
Mm-hmm.
Mic check.
Really beautiful. No, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. There's pink somewhere here. There wasn't a pink somewhere? No, there is no pink. So, was there a peach? Someone did a peach already. Is there anyone else in the room who has a color and they want to participate? Don't be cute. Anyone else? Going once, going twice. It's gone. Okay, well done. Thank you so much for participating, everybody. So, at this time, we are moving into other interesting discussion. How to make your UWI payments, very crucial. To speak to us about this is Miss Camille Campbell. She is from the Student Administrative Services section, and it's her time. So please put your hands together for Miss Camille Campbell.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hearing me clearly? Okay. Are we live? No? We're good? Okay. All right, so first of all, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are happy to have you. I hope you're getting the warm Jamaican welcome. You're feeling it, right? Awesome. So as was said earlier, my name is Camille Campbell, and I am representing the bursary for this presentation, right? So from time to time, you'll hear of Student Administrative Services Section. In most cases, it's known as SAS. But what I don't want you to do is to get it mixed with the system that you go online and do your registration on, which is SAS. So there are times when it actually gets mixed up, but it's actually two different sections, okay? So for clarity, SAS has to do with the bursary, which is what I'm going to be doing the presentation on for today. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the roles. You're doing fun? Or this is? Where am I seeing it? All right, while we get that going, I'll just speak of the roles in the interim. So essentially, the main roles are to provide the accurate and timely information for you in terms of your invoices and statements where you may need them. Additionally, to provide any financial information that you need. We also are in charge of getting the external payments that you make, ensure that those are accounted for and displayed on your account. So you'll have access to that, which of course leads you to financial clearance. So that's a critical part. Additionally, we also bill and collect from other campus clients and donors as well. All right? So we're going to move until we can get everything going. That's okay? All right. There are 3 basic charges, ladies and gentlemen, that you'll see on your account. 3 basic. And, well, kind of optional for residents, but essentially there would be 3. You'd have the tuition. This is what they're seeing now. Okay. All right, cool, thanks. So, thank you. So you'll have tuition, and that is going to be based on your registration, based on the program that you're doing, right? You'll also have miscellaneous fees. Those are compulsory fees. That includes, some of them are the health fee, dental fee, guild, hall attachment. If you're living on hall, then it would be hall services. If you're living off campus, then it's called hall attachment. And you have sports, you have copy license, and there's some others, just giving you some examples, right? So it's an accumulated figure, but it's mandatory, right? Additionally, you can have residence if you're living on hall, right? And of course, that will be based on the figure based on which hall you're living on. So you're really thinking about 3 basic charges, with residence being optional because you don't have to be living on the campus. Definitely you're gonna have a tuition fee. Definitely you're gonna have a miscellaneous fee. We're good so far? Don't fall asleep on me, all right? Okay, next, let's talk a little bit about the commitment fee. Now, this is required from our new students. And it's $20,000, and whenever you hear me talking now, we're talking Jamaican dollars, all right? So $20,000 is the deposit amount, and the deadline for you to pay, normally it varies based on when you get your offer, but essentially you're given about 30 days once you've received your offer, about 30 days of that offer letter. It's non-refundable, but what it does, it goes towards whatever fees you have outstanding, all right? Now, how do you find your fees? Have you found your fees as yet? Anybody curious? Cool. Awesome. I've seen a lot of yes. So how do you do it? You open Windows, easy. Go into Google. You type in check fees, UWI Mona. You click on the first link, and then you'll see something looking just like this. And of course, you would then select which one. So if you're an undergrad program, if you're doing the graduate program, of course the hall fees are there. Note that you have hall fees that are operated by UWI Mona campus as opposed to 138, but the information is still there. And of course, as mentioned earlier, the miscellaneous fees, you will see the accumulated figure there for each. And yeah, those are the main ones. You will note also that you can do your online payment, but we'll speak about that shortly. So just giving you a synopsis of what it looks like, right? With me so far? All right, good. So let's talk about the miscellaneous fees just for a bit. I had mentioned earlier that you can be on campus as well as you can be commuting. So if it is that you're commuting, the figure would be $30,437. Remember, we're talking Jamaican dollars. And this includes the cost of the new ID. As a new student, you are required to pay for ID. Cool? So the $30,437 is for persons who are commuting. And of course, if you're living on hall, then it would be $38,937. All right? Up next, where do you pay? So we have several places that you can pay. But what we've done, because we're now working with our international students, you see those that I've highlighted in yellow? Those would be the most convenient ones for you right now. So we have the university bursary cashier, right? So that's located in the annex building. Not sure if some of you have been there already, or you're familiar with the annex building, but I'm sure from your tour guide, you'll get that information as well. It's a critical building to know. All right, so you have the university bursary cashier, you have online e-commerce, and we have Educom, which is a credit union, and that is also located on the campus. So we're giving you those that are readily on the campus, or you can go online and have it, right? There are others that's outside of the campus now. We have Paymaster, we have Bill Express, we have JN, this is Jamaica National, we have Western Union, and of course we have NCB. For the national NCB, meaning National Commercial Bank, you do have the option to make payments online, or for the branches that still offer full service, you can actually go in and pay them, right? We also have wire transfer, and you would note that we have that in red because we would want that to be your last resort. Why? It takes longer, and it's a little bit more complicated. So we'd prefer you use those in yellow. But if it is that is your last resort, then we will provide you with the information for that as well. Please note, you are reminded that the locations above are authorized by the University of the West Indies to collect monies on the university's behalf. Under no circumstances should you be giving anybody else money for the university. I'm speaking really slowly. Please do not give anybody else money that you're paying towards the university, except for those that are highlighted here. Are we good? All right. Next, let's talk about the e-commerce a little. So for you to pay online, you'll have to set your account up. You'll have to set your credit card, but you can actually pay with a debit Visa card, Master debit Visa card, and the credit cards, right? So you have those three options. So you can use debit card. Okay. What you would do, as is on your screen there, you would visit the e-commerce website. It's stated there. You'd have to create an account, log in, register the card, and then you make the payment. Showing you another screen that you'll also see when you go on is it gives you some more information, gives you some more details as to how you create and set everything up so that after doing this once, you're good to go after, right? So you create the account or log in, you register the card, and you make the payment. Note that there is a registration manual there, and it's good for you to read it. It gives you the information, especially with registering the card. Sometimes our students have issues registering the card. This manual is actually quite helpful. But let's say that still doesn't work out, you're still having an issue, then you can always contact MITS. They would deal directly with it. If by chance you come to us, we will direct you to them as well. So not running your way, but really and truly, the MITS section would handle that. They're happy and they're willing and able to assist you with any issues you're having regarding registering the card itself. All right? Now let's talk about the wire transfer, which is the last resort. Yes, that one. Let's talk about it for a little bit. So it has to include some important information for it to be successful. One, it must have the payment description, which must entail your ID number, which is critical. Don't miss a digit. Don't put in a wrong digit because you might be paying somebody else's school fee. Know your ID number. SWAT it. Know it. Right? And, of course, have your name as well. The beneficiary information, which we will provide, because you'll need that information that's from university's banking details. We'll also have to give you the intermediary banking information. And, of course, the reason that you're making the payment, that is also critical. So all of that information is needed if you're doing the wire transfer. I mentioned earlier that the wire transfer takes some time. It can take up to 3 weeks. So we really don't want you to go that route, because a lot of times you are expecting and wanting other services, while that 3 weeks we're waiting to confirm that the funds are here, but you are now here wanting to access certain services, right? So we'd prefer you not use it, but if you have to, fine. Next thing that you'd need to do if you're going to use this service is to send us a copy of the receipt. Once everything has been completed and you've gotten that information from the bank to say, yes, all is well, they have done their part, then we would need to get a copy of that receipt. And you'll also note that the email address there, customer.services@uwimona.edu.jm. That's where you would send it. And of course, you would contact us for any details that you need regarding the wire transfer. So for example, the beneficiary information, intermediary banking information, you note I have not stated it here. So you would contact us at customer.services and we'll provide you with that information. Now we have for semester 1, especially our payment deadline is the 1st of September 2023. And for semester 2, it's January 12, 2024. So already we're saying to you, you can pay your fees by semester. Good? So for semester 1, we can concentrate on that for now. That's not a problem. But I mean, we're good if you want to pay us for the year. We're happy. But if you want to do it by semester, we're also good. So the 1st of September 2023 is a deadline for that. Now, if you are unable to cover your fees by the 1st of September, and let's just concentrate on semester 1 for now, you also have another option, but this in itself also would be a last resort, because what we would prefer is if you would have had your finances sorted out, so you know exactly how your fees are going to be paid, and so you'd be upfront in terms of your payments. But we also know that there are times when that is just not going to happen. But we are still going to push through. We're still going to get our degree. We're still going to finance our way. So how do we do that? Another option is the installment plan. Now, the requirements for the installment plan are, 1, to be fully registered. What does that mean? Add all the courses that you're going to do for the semester. Because what you will find is that for some programs especially, based on your addition of courses, you will note that the account summary in terms of how you are charged, the figure will change. So let's say I'm just doing a random program, let's say social sciences. What you may find with the social sciences programs is that if you're full-time, for example, you may know that, okay, for one semester I'm expected to pay $162,000. What you may find happening is that if you only register for 2 courses, when you look on the system, you will not see $162,000 coming up. You'll only see a charge for the 2. So it's important that you do your full registration so that the full charge comes onto your account and we know exactly what we're working with, right? Additionally, all the miscellaneous fees ought to be paid in full. And then we would require you to pay a minimum of 25% of the tuition just for the semester. Because for the installment plan, again, we're only focusing on the semester. And of course, which would not be applicable to you here, but in general, we would ensure that you have nothing from prior year coming forward in terms outstanding balance, right? So you'd have to be cleared from prior year, but you're new, so you're good. You're already ticked off with that. You pay 25% of the tuition for the semester, and that's a full semester fee. You pay your miscellaneous fees in full and ensure that you are fully registered. It's the same for the residence installment plan, because you can do that too for residents. So you just ensure that the residence charge is applied to the account. The halls are happy to help you with that aspect in terms of getting you onto the system. Hall managers will help you with that. When the miscellaneous fee, again, ought to be paid in full, we look for that. You'll also pay a minimum of 25% of the hall fees for the semester. So in this case, let's just work with semester 1, ensure that 25% is covered. And of course, as said earlier, you'd have cleared any prior year balance, but in your case, that wouldn't be applicable, right? Some things to note. How do you apply for the installment plan? You'll do it on BOSS. BOSS meaning Bursary Online Student System. I'll go into that a little bit later. The plan for semester 1 is actually now available. It became available the 10th of August, so it's now open. And it is the installment plan is calculated on the balance for tuition and the residence, right? So it's based on that for the semester. And the deadline for you to apply is the 15th of September, right? So as is now, it will be opened until the 15th of September for you to apply, whether it's for the tuition or the residence installment plan. Now, how does it work? Upfront, I had mentioned already that you'd pay 25% for as the requirement. The next payment would be due the 30th of September, 30th of October, and November 30th as well. And that's all being 25%. What I need to be clear on, though, is that you have to apply. I know I said it a while ago, but I'm going to say it again. You can't just pay 25% and assume that you're on a plan. No. You have to go onto BOSS and actually apply for the plan, and we respond to you and let you know that you have been approved, and we actually give you this information, telling you, outlining to you each month what amount you're expected to pay. All right, are we good? All right. Let's talk about some penalties now. This is in regards to if you have the outstanding balance on your account, which you are not servicing. So you are not on an installment plan and your fees aren't paid and the deadline has passed. These are the penalties that may apply to you. 1, you have a 1% late fine that is added on a monthly basis, and that is done until the balance is cleared. You may also face the possibility that you may not be able to sit your exams or access facilities. Additionally, you may not have access to your records such as your transcript or your grades. And the final one is your information can be sent to the collection agency if it is that your account is delinquent. Right? But I really want this slide not to apply to any of you, because there's a way around it, which is you're either going to pay up front or do your installment plan and stick to your plan. And if you're having any issues sticking to your plan, come and speak with us. Don't just stay in the shadows, right? Come up front and say, listen, I'm having an issue, and then let's see how we can work it through. All right? Now, I had mentioned earlier BOSS, and this is where you go to apply for the installment plan, among other things. It's our platform that we use, and I'll dive into it a little more. You should be seeing a little video there showing you how to get to it, right? So after put it in, searching for UWI online systems, and you select BOSS, you would click login, and then it will bring you to the page where you'll put your ID number in, and your password. And normally your password generated one would have been your year, month, day, and hopefully by now you guys would have changed that, right, to make it more unique. Our Director of Security already spoke about security reasons and your passwords and stuff, so ensure that you change that. So what you're seeing on the screen now is how it looks in BOSS, essentially, in the different forms that you can actually access on BOSS. So essentially, majority of the services that we offer from the bursary and for our students through SAS, you can access on BOSS, right? Now, some of the key ones I want to bring to your attention, some of the services that you can get from BOSS, which is coming really to us, but just from the online platform, is one, you can view your statement of account. So you can see how much you owe. But remember, be cautious, as I said earlier. You're working with a couple of things. Using your fee sheet, you will know what you're expected to pay. Additionally, if you go onto your account and you don't see what you're expected to pay, I'm telling you upfront, one of the reasons could be that you're not fully registered. So as a result, the entire cost has not yet been applied to your account. All right, so keep that in mind as you look at your account, statement of account. You may also want to request a tuition letter. Why would you want that? You may need to apply for a loan. You may need to send something back to your government, to another donor as to what the fees are. You can apply for a tuition letter, right? There are cases that you may also need a statement of account. Now, the statement of account would not be applicable as yet to our new students. And why do I say that? You need to be registered, having your courses, well, shouldn't say that, it's applicable actually, it could be. If you're fully registered, which means your charges are there, whether or not you've made payments and you actually want, which is more of a figure-related one, and it gives you what the balance is as at current, then you can have that as well. But in general, our new students tend to want the tuition letter, which gives you, hey, this is what I'm going to be expected to pay for the period, for the academic year, right? So that one is more applicable to our new students. You'll also see housing and tuition allocation. What are those for? The housing allocation is, it's possible that for whatever reason, you may have some funds on the tuition side of the account, and you want to transfer some of that. Let's say there's excess, because it really needs to be excess on the tuition side, and you'd like to transfer that towards your hall fees. That's possible. Vice versa is also possible. You may have excess on the housing, and you'd like that to be transferred to the tuition. Yes, that can be done as well, right? But it all depends. There are several factors that we'll take into consideration, so it's not a big yes. It depends on where the money is coming from and whether or not it really can be done, right? Because some donors, for example, will say, no, this is specifically for tuition. So there's no way that we can actually transfer that towards hall fees. You follow me, guys? All right, so it depends. One more thing we want to highlight for you. Well, I spoke about the installment plans already, so we know that's there. The other one is the proxy authorization, right? Proxy authorization, this is where you are giving us, you're authorizing us to give your information to somebody else, and you need to state who that person is, right? So you have that option. In general, it is not our policy to be giving out your information to anybody, not mommy, not daddy. Yeah, and it poses a problem. You know that mommy and daddy, look, we have mommies and daddies here, right? Yes, yes. And so sometimes what happens is that, hey, I'm the one paying the fee. And we are grateful that you are paying the fee. And we are grateful that you are supporting your child. But the offer is with the student. The offer is with the student, the adult. And so there's no problem. How we resolve the issue, students, please, how we resolve the issue. If you'd like mommy and daddy to be able to check up on your account, to be able to find out what's owing, stuff like that, especially as it relates to our financial, because what I'm talking about here, the proxy is relating to SAS or the bursary, right? So let's be very specific on that. So if it is in regards to collecting a tuition letter or a statement, you want them to collect it for you, no problem. Whoever it is, you just have to put their information in. Giving general information to them, same thing. You'd have to indicate to us who we can give that information to, and any other financial advice specifically to your account. You need to tell us who those persons are. Otherwise, they're going to come and we're going to respectfully say we're unable to provide the information. So please do not let mommy and daddy kill us if it is that you want them to get the information. All right, it's easy. Go on, boss, put it in. Good, we're good to go. All right. We're now at the stage where we're looking at frequently asked questions, and we all spoke about this a while ago, so I hope you remember. Can fees be paid per semester? Awesome. How do you check your balance, your account balance? Yeah. And go on account summary. That's a good start. Log into Boss and you'll get it, right? Good to go. Can someone be sent to conduct business on your behalf? However, what would need to happen? Awesome. Next, where can you make payments? Whole heap of places, right? But we're going to stick to the three main ones, being EduCommon on campus, cashier on campus again, and bursary cashier on the campus and online. And then we have the last resort being the wire transfer. And of course, you have the others, but I said for our international students, we're just trying to keep you safe, trying to keep you conveniently in the environment. All right, we're good? Okay, what's the next question? What's the difference between the tuition letter and the statement of account? I'll just go through that one. The tuition letter outlines the tuition cost, the miscellaneous fees, and the housing if it is that you're living on hall and you indicate that you want that on the tuition letter for the academic year, right? So that's pretty much sums up the tuition letter. The statement of account, on the other hand, it gives a breakdown of the charges and payments and the balance on the student's account as at a particular date, whatever date it is that we're doing it. Okay? So this one looks a little bit more, the statement of account is more the accounting, just figures, not much words. Statement of account is more just figures. With the account, with the tuition letter, it will word it to say Camille Campbell is a student at the university. She's expected to pursue a program in MSc psychology, and below are the fees for the academic year. And we state what those fees are. I'll take the question after, please. Yes, but I'll take it. Thank you so much. Okay. Next one. How long does it take for payments to reflect on the account? So it depends on which one you use. Now, for the bursary cashier and for e-commerce, those are reflected immediately. Immediately. If it is that you're paying at the other payment agencies that were listed, it takes approximately 24 to 48 hours. But for the wire transfer, it can take up to 3 weeks. All right? If it has passed the 24 hours, especially for those that you expect to get there, and especially the one that's immediate, which is paying at the cashier and online, if that's not happening, guys, when you check your account, the same statement of account, if you're still, account summary rather, if you're still not seeing those payments there, contact us right away. What we will need from you is the receipt, your proof, of course, right? So you'd send it to the same customer.services@uwimona.edu.jm, and we will investigate and keep you updated and get that on the account and have it resolved for you. What is UWI's bank account number? So in general, we really don't give you the bank account number, except where we're doing wire transfer, we have to give you the details. All the other agencies, they actually have our bank account number already. What they need from you is ID number. Not your friend ID number, your ID number, right? And ensure that when you get back your receipt, it actually says your ID number and name. You know how many students come to us with a receipt and it has somebody else's name and we're like, didn't you see that? That's not your name. They didn't look at it. You just make an assumption that, hey, the teller or everything went through fine, but it doesn't happen. Human error sometimes, right? Ensure that when you get it back, it actually has your name on it, and it also says UWI, not any other university. Okay, because remember, agencies in general will deal with other universities. Just ensure that it has UWI on it, and it has your ID number, and it has your name, and it has the amount that you gave them. We're good? Okay. And last thing I want to show you is our contact information. You can reach us on WhatsApp. You can reach us by online chats. We're available there, which is on BOSS. Once you get onto BOSS, you will see that little icon that tells you that you can speak with us online. Of course, you can, I gave you the email address already, and there are telephone numbers for us. The first one, the 927-1660-9, that goes to the operator. But if you want to bypass the operator, then you can go directly to us using the 618. So that's the 876-618-5066. That goes directly to us. And of course, if you want to come by, swing by, speak with us, not a problem. We're open from 8:30 to 4:30, Mondays to Fridays. And that sums up what I have to present to you today. But I remember that my friend has a question, so should I take the question now?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Those who may also need to pose other questions, you can do so in that order. Persons are here with a microphone that they will facilitate, okay?
So, hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I was at the bank. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and I was at the bank before I came here, and one of the attendants, they showed me a letter from the university that they got, but it wasn't valid enough for them to use in order to dispense the funds to the university itself. So what she was telling me is that the wording of the document, of the letter, it wasn't stating something that is clear enough for them to dispense the funds. So my question is, will that be fixed in order for a faster to facilitate the process?
Well, first I'd want to understand, is it that a bank transfer was being done? That's what you're referring to? So we're talking about the wire transfer?
Yes, so it's a wire transfer, but in order for them to do that wire transfer, they need to get
the information.
They need to get a letter stating that the student is registered. So
you're now talking about a tuition letter?
Yeah, the tuition letter. So the tuition letter, the wording of it, it wasn't too
clear that the person is registered.
Yeah.
So it depends on what's happening with that particular student, because it depends on the status of that person at the time.
Okay, but
right. So all right. So I take your question and I follow you. Based on your status, then we would say, for example, if it is that you are registered or you're expected to register, you may have some variations there.
Yeah.
But if it is that you have received a document from us and it is that you're having issues getting to process, especially to make payments to us, for example, your friend come right back to us and let us know exactly what's happening. Okay. And trust me, we're going to do our best to ensure that you get that money to us. All right? We are going to do our best to do that. So whatever the issue is, just come back. And I'm not sure if it has been resolved as yet for that individual. Not sure.
They're waiting on confirmation, so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But have them, you have the contact numbers, let them contact us if there are any other issues. And we'll definitely be delighted to look into it and make it easy as much as possible. Sometimes we go to the point where we actually speak directly with the bank representative. That's what we do.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
so that happens at times. So clarification.
All right, thank you so much.
No problem. Hello. Gate. Okay, so the gate process, thank you for your question. The gate process it has several layers, right? First of all, you guys would start off by going on to Gate e-Services and doing your application. Am I correct? Then that information is processed by Gate. They determine what portion they're going to cover, which is the means rate. So they give you a percentage. Additionally, in a general case now, they also decide how much overall, which is a capped amount, that's what it's referred to, for each program. They'll also decide what's the amount that we're going to cap this specific program at. So for the University of the West Indies, MONA, this is the maximum that a student in a particular program can get. That information, those two I said a while ago, the capped amount and the means percentage, both has to be sent to us before we can then move to make a decision, right? Mona. Where we are right now, we're in dialogue with Gate. They have all the fees, and we are actually waiting for them to give us that information, right? Once we have that information, we're ready to go. Because what we now need to do is to do the billing for you. Part of us doing the billing is to get back onto that same Gate e-Services that you would have accessed, because that is after they have now pushed through and said, okay, we can now do this particular student account at this percentage, and this is a capped amount. We say, fine, we're going to check your registration. We're going to check to ensure that you are registered for the year, because you need to be registered for us to send a billing to them, right? So once you are fully registered, then we would send that information. Well, before sending it to them, rather, we upload that information on the same Gate e-Services system, and we would move your status from whether it's going to be means confirmed, and then it's now going to be at verified. When it is at the verified stage, we also send you a soft copy of the form, and then you will need to sign that and send it back to us. You don't have to come into us physically with it. You just need to print it, sign it, scan it, send it back. We're good with that. When that happens, so you see I'm going through the layers with you. When you send back that information to us, we will then upload it, but in a batch, because for it's done by programs. So we would upload all the students per batch, and then we send that information off to Trinidad, right? For them. That is basically us billing Trinidad on your behalf. We have an excellent relationship with Trinidad. So what do? Once we send off that billing, you know what we do? We put that money onto your account before getting the funds. We're good like that with Trinidad, right? So there are layers to it. So where we are right now is that we're now awaiting that information, those critical information, those two I told you about earlier. We're waiting for that now, and they will know how to proceed. But once we have that data, you can be assured that you'll be getting an email to say, hey, print, sign, send back to us. And we ask you guys to do it as soon as possible so that it doesn't hold up the batch. Because if you're holding up the batch, unfortunately, we're going to have to take you out the batch so that we can send off everybody else and then put you in another batch when you've done it. Okay? Installment plan. Right, but I would tell you though, first pay your miscellaneous fees up front to get that all the way so you can get your ID. All right, so that's not tied to anything, remember, right? So get that out the way. What I'd suggest you do, if you fall in a situation like that, is to come in and to speak with us. And then we will help you through the process, because at that point, it depends on what information we have so far from Gate. Because we may have some information at the time to say, okay, at least we know that, all right, she's going to be 75% approved. All right, so it means that she needs to cover 25. All right, let's talk about the 25. So we can go through that together. All right? Are there any other questions, sir? Sure.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to know where the bursary office is on the map, because I'd like to come in person.
Oh, okay. Can somebody help with the map?
Sir. I see it, sir.
I'm not sure if it says annex building. It says annex building there. Is it labeled? Yeah. And another, if you know where the assembly hall is as well, that's another point.
I am looking at the main library. Is that close to it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, I see the assembly hall. It would be
Good.
around that area.
So it's across from the assembly hall.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome. To the
Guys, the purpose of the microphone is for those on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
On the streaming, sorry. So we need to hear you.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
I'm just checking. Can we access the map online? Because this is not very. It's not working. Google Maps.
Google Maps.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Google Maps. Okay.
Okay, is there any other question? There's a question at the top. Could you please hold on while we get you the microphone? Could someone pass the microphone up quickly? Yes, but you are not going to be here. You won't be able to record on the system. Others would love to hear the question you're asking.
Hi, afternoon.
Afternoon.
I know your opening hours are 8:30 to 4:30, but do we need to make an appointment? You could just drop right in.
Just drop right in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. And that's it? Oh, there's another question. Man.
Good afternoon.
Good
As it relates to the transfer of hall fees, this is only for the Mona-operated halls or all halls?
For the housing allocation?
Yes.
It's for the Mona-operated halls. If it is that there are funds that you want to be transferred to 138, you can still speak with us, but not doing it on the housing, the allocation form.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent question. Okay, so that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it's a pleasure being here with you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here for you. So just drop right in, contact us, all right, and have a good day. Thank you.
I can't understand why every time we finish talking about money, we don't always clap. Isn't it vital information? Thanks so much, Camille, for handling a heavy portfolio, but doing it so well. Again, this is SASS and not SAS. So there are two separate systems, but two integral systems. So make note of that. We are moving to information around immigration and extension of stay. To do that is Ms. Hermin Terrell. She's a Senior Administrative Assistant for Admissions and the International Office. Please make her welcome.
Thank you, Roger. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Congratulations for all those persons who have not yet met. Congratulations on your offer of acceptance to the University of the West Indies. And I'm sure that you are all very excited about being here. Am I right? Yes, Jamaica is the place to be, and you're going to make it happen because you're here to pursue your degree. All right? And just like I'm one of those persons, I've been here a little while, so I see the students develop right before my very eyes. So after today, seeing you all bright and starry-eyed, Next time when we see you, next year when you are all seasoned, I'm sure your eyes will be even brighter. Am I correct? We should hope so. All right, now we're going to talk about the immigration and extension of stay requirements. Now, this is vital information, and I'm hoping that you will all pay attention and ask questions, make the notes as necessary. Okay, now we will cover the landing stamp, extension of stay, and fines and penalties. All right, now when you arrived in Jamaica and you went up to the immigration officer, you were issued what we call a landing stamp. Can I see by a show of hands all those who have noticed this stamp in your passport? If you have not yet noticed it, I'm asking you to go get your passport as soon as you get back to your place of abode and look at your landing stamp. Now, your landing stamp is the permission by the Jamaican government for you to be here. Now, on this stamp, you have 2 dates that we ask that you pay attention to. Your arrival date is a stamp mark on the landing stamp. And then we have what we call the landed until date, and that was written in ink. Pay attention that they have written in. Some of the times it's not legible, but it's your responsibility to look at it, and if you don't, you cannot decipher what's written, that you come and speak with us and let us call the immigration office. Now, understanding your landed until date. Now, you take careful note of this date because this date, you must do the extension of stay before this date expires. Now, the date that is given varies from person to person. Some persons might get 6 months. Some persons might get 3 months. Some persons might get only 2 weeks. And it's your responsibility to ensure that you look at this date because you have to do your extension of stay before this date expires. Now, what is the extension of stay? This is a stamp that is issued by our local passport and immigration and citizenship agency called PICA. Now at UWI, you're going to hear some terminologies, and we are expecting that each time you hear these terminologies, you should be able to identify what exactly we're talking about. So when you hear somebody say you have to go down to PICA, you know that this has to do with immigration. So it's a local passport, immigration, and citizenship agency, and they're the ones who will handle the processing of your immigration status while here. Now, you are landed as a visitor to the island because you are not yet fully registered as a student at UWI. So you're landed as a visitor, and then you are expected to regularize your status to that of a student. Now, I want you to be particularly mindful as to what this means. You're registered as a student. Now, the person before me, Camille, she went a little bit into registration, telling you what registration entails, and you must complete all the steps to be considered as a fully registered student. You must select your courses online, get the approval from your faculty, and pay all the fees that are required. Then you'd be fully registered. I heard someone asking about getting a letter. If you're not fully registered, the letter that you get won't say that you're registered. The letter will say that you have selected the courses, but it won't say that you are registered. So please be particularly mindful of this. It's your responsibility to check your status on the BOSS system. And what is BOSS? The Bursary Online Student System. It's your responsibility to check that, to make sure that everything is up to time, meaning that your registration is approved and that you have paid the required money. Now, the extension of stay is normally granted for your period of studies at the UWI. Now, normally a degree program might be anywhere from 3 years to 5 years. The extension will be granted for the duration of your program, or up to the validity date of your passport. Now, let's say your passport expired this year or next year. The extension that will be stamped in your passport will be based on the validity of your passport and the program that you're doing. All right, so I want students to be mindful of that. There are some persons who will get into one program and then you transfer to another program. Please remember that your extension would be granted for your current program. So if you are in science and technology, this is a popular one. You're in science and technology, you got your extension based on your registration in science and technology. So you would have been granted for 3 years. However, after a year, you transfer to medical sciences, which is 5 years. So at the end of the 3-year extension, you would have to apply for a further extension. Now, what is required for your extension of stay? Now, you can choose to go 2 routes. The Admissions and International Office, we facilitate the processing of the extension of stay through our Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency. We will send out a notice to our students advising all of you that when we'll be conducting that process. So the extension of stay will be facilitated through the Admissions and International Office should you choose to go that route. There might be persons who want to go in to the Immigration Office on their own, and that is fine. You can go in to the Immigration Office on your own. You don't necessarily have to wait and do the processing with the Admissions Office. There are parents who are here who might want to get all of that settled before they leave. Please bear in mind that you will need a status letter from the university, and this status letter must state that you are registered. Remember the process for registration. If you have not completed all of that, that means you're not fully registered and you would not be able to get a letter that states that you are fully registered. So for the extension of stay, you need your passport, a valid passport. And of course, you're all here, you just read, so your passport should be valid. There are some persons whose passport might expire in less than 6 months. The extension is not issued in a passport that your passport must be valid for more than 6 months. So please, again, I ask that you look in your passport and look at the dates to make sure that your passport is valid for at least more than 6 months. The entry visa, if applicable. Now, there are some persons who are from non-Commonwealth countries, and you would have needed an entry visa. Now, that is normally stamped in your passport, and it's a one-entry thing. And you will also require the fees. I will tell you a little bit more about the fees later on. But the extension of stay, remember, you have 2 options. You can either choose to go in and do it on your own, or you can await the Admissions and International Office processing time, which is normally in October. We do it in October because at that time, the majority of the persons should have completed the registration process. However, if you choose to go in on your own, based on your landing stamp, you can ensure that you have covered all the bases of registration so that you can get the letter the status letter from the admissions office. All right, so you're looking, I'm saying that because you're landing, you might be landed for 2 weeks. You might be landed for 4 weeks or 6 weeks, or your landing stamp expires before we conduct the processing in October. So please pay attention to the landing stamp. The extension must be done before that expires. Now, let's say, unfortunately, your extension expires. There's a penalty, which I'll tell you about. Now, the different fees that are applicable for the extension of stay. Across the board, everyone will pay 10,000 Jamaican dollars for the extension of stay. There are some additional charges that will be applicable to persons who are from non-Commonwealth countries. Now, there is a registration fee, and that varies. No, the registration fee is $2,000, and the multiple entry fee. Now, there might be person, I might be from Trinidad. However, I came here on a U.S. passport. For immigration purposes, you will be classified as a U.S. national because you came here on a U.S. passport. And I ask that students pay attention to this because we have had some issues with persons. I've had a student who, she and her mother came and they actually left the island and she came back in on her Caribbean passport. So please be mindful that for immigration purposes, if you came in on a US passport or a UK passport or a German passport, you will be classified under that nationality. All right, now there's a multiple entry visa for a non-Commonwealth person, and those fees varies. I'll tell you a little bit about that on the next slide. And the penalty that I told you about. People. The penalty is 50,000 Jamaican dollars. I've had many eye waters in my office when students come and they say, Miss, I never knew. And Miss, because I had class, especially for some of our students who the rigors of their class won't allow them time to go and deal with some other important businesses. Now, the penalty that's charged is a government of Jamaica charge. UWI can't do anything to help you with that. And it's $50,000. You're looking at quite a bit of money. And if you did not budget, or if you have some monies that you just want to give to the immigration office, well, that's up to you. But students, I ask, it's your responsibility to look in your passport, look at the landed until date, ensure that you complete the extension of stay process before that stamp expires. $50,000 is a lot of money. Okay, the multiple entry visa fees. Now, based on where you are from, the fees vary. So you can have a look at that. To see if you have a U.S. passport, you know that you have some additional monies to pay, or if you have a passport from any other countries, any of the other countries that are listed here. No, the process for the extension of stay. Even though the Admissions and International Office will be facilitating this process, you must be fully registered. We will send out the email, so you visit the international office to collect. We have access to the extension of stay application form, and we will give you some instructions about making payment and filling out the form. You will pay the monies at that time. If you are conducting the process with us, you pay the monies that we will tell you to pay. You pay it at the bursary cashier. You'll complete the extension of stay form, and remember I told you that we will give you the instructions that you will need to complete the forms, what you put where, what goes in section B, what goes in section C, and all of that. Also, on the extension of stay form, there's a section for references, and there are 2 references that we tell our students to use for the extension of stay process. And here we have the information, so you can take that down now, or when you come to the admissions and international office, we'll give you the information sheet which has all of this information. And you sign and date the form and all of that, and then you will submit the application form. So if you're going on your own to conduct the extension of stay process, you need your status letter, you need your passport, of course, and you can come to us and get the extension of stay application form. This application form is also available online. All right, so that's it for immigration. I hope that what I've said, that you have made note of it, and I'm happy that some of the parents are here so that you can nudge your child and say, hey, make sure you go and do that, because $50,000 in a time like this, it's not an easy road to go down. So do we have any questions? Anyone has any questions about the extension of stay process?
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
My question is, would we be charged an extra fee if we do this process through the bursary?
Through the admissions and international office? Yes, we charge a facilitator's fee.
Do you know that fee at this time?
We haven't. We will email you and let you know how much
Okay.
it will be.
Thank you.
All right.
I have a question regarding if I were to become a Jamaican citizen, would I still have to pay the extension of stay or get a
Did you
extension
come
of
on a Jamaican
stay?
passport?
No. If I
Or-
were to here,
Mhm.
go through the process to get a Jamaican
Well, you'll have to
citizenship.
go down to the immigration office, so yes, that's possible. Or you can look online on the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency's website, because you will be looking at how you apply for citizenship.
Okay,
So it's there, and it's possible. Yeah.
Okay, so that means I would not have to pay.
Well,
or get
once
an
you
extension of
do, you have to pay for the citizenship.
Yes, I'm aware about
All right. So once you do that, you'd have to go in before you're landed until stamp expires. You'd have to provide the required documentation for the application for citizenship.
Okay, thank you.
All right? Mhm.
For me, I have a Jamaican passport, but it's expired. Do you all help with the renewing process?
Unfortunately, no. But you can go on the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency website and look at the process to renew your passport.
All right.
I think they also have some online thing that you can apply, but it will be based on when you got this passport. Because if you got it as a child, probably you'll need to go in and do the process. All right? But go on the website.
Good afternoon. If I come in on a Jamaican passport, but if I switch citizenship within my next semester, would I have to apply for an extension of stay then?
You came here on your Jamaican passport, and you're going to apply for citizenship from another country. Yes. When you leave and you're coming back, provided that you come on this new passport, you have to do the extension of stay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you all. And from this group, I'm hoping that the extension process will be very smooth, and you can always come to us in the admissions and international office should you require additional information. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Mr. L. And moving on to another important part of things. You know, I know that you all have upgraded, and a lot of you have credit cards and fancy stuff, so you have far greater limit and money to spend, right? In my days, I didn't have that luxury. But You know, in Jamaica, things get expensive real quickly. So it's very important. And most of you are going to go through that phase because you've never really been away from home and you've never really spent money like you have to spend money now, right? So you'd have been given pocket money and additional money, but parents would cover a whole lot of that cost. But no, right? No. It's in your ballpark. You've been given an allowance and you have to manage it. So managing your money is critical. And so looking at budgeting and banking is Miss Tonian Reed. She's the administrative assistant, as well as Vikisha Allen, who you've met before, administrative secretary for admissions and international office. Please make them welcome as they take you through this process.
Good afternoon again, everyone. Thank you for sticking with us. We know it's getting there where, you know, you're becoming a little bit nostalgic and you have to shift where you sit and, you know, but we're getting there. So one of the very important things that we have to do is make sure that you manage your money, because now we're adulting, you know. As soon as the parents go on their flight back, everyone will be on their own, and so you have to take care of yourself. And so we're gonna start with your budgeting. So what we'll discover: creating a budget, understanding Jamaican currency, which all the Jamaicans in this room will tell you that we're trying to do that as well right now. Setting up a bank account and applying for a TRN. So creating a budget. Financial independence is something that is a great responsibility, you know? And so your parents will give you a certain amount of money and they will tell you it's for a specific semester, it's for a specific thing, so we have to work on managing that. And you have to become financially aware. Become aware of your financial situation. Expense control. I know I have a problem with that because, you know, I'm a shoeaholic. So as long as the shoes is under $20, I feel I can afford it. Yes, and I only have one pair of feet, so how much shoes do I really need? So you have to think along that line. Make sure you're buying stuff that you need. Reduce your financial stress. Don't be a Vikisha. Don't spend food money on shoes. Set your financial goals. You have to work to some long-term financial goals. Do you want to be financially responsible? How long will your parents be able to carry you while you're in Jamaica? Now, on steps to make a budget. So you're gonna list your expenses. Again, don't be a Vikisha and list shoes, you know, because it's not a priority. So you have to prioritize things that you will need. Determine your income. You may seek employment and, you know, manage the allowance that you get from your family, and also try to apply for scholarships. Consider your financial goals, your savings, tuitions, the purchases that you're going to make. Analyze, track, and review. Don't be a Vikisha. I hope you guys remember that when you leave and you see something impulsive that you want to buy. I will not be a Vikisha. And use budgeting tools, use apps. You know, we're the technology savvy generation, so we should have a lot of tools available to us, so let's utilize them. So, expenses to consider. What's the major one, guys? Somebody tell me. I don't hear it. Come on, somebody tell me. So, your miscellaneous fee is like tax. You have to pay it. Your tuition, it's the only way that you're going to go through each semester is by making sure that you've paid your tuition. Other things to consider: airfare and travel expenses. Mr. Rell spoke to you about the visa and extension of stay, your housing, banking, groceries. We're going to take you on a shopping trip. But don't be a Vikisha. No shoes. Clothing and personal items. phone and communication. Now this one may be a little bit easier for you guys because, you know, the university campus is tech savvy, so we do have a viable Wi-Fi system. So, you know, you can use WhatsApp calling and that kind of thing. Manage your entertainment and leisure. Now, back when I was a junior Pelican, entertainment was everywhere. And the idea to come to UWI and be a Pelican was to party as much as you can. But I don't know if you've heard of the phrase, party responsibly. Be a Vikisha, party responsibly. Miscellaneous and emergency. Now, these things you can't plan for, but you'd want to be in a position that if you have an emergency, you can help out yourself until your parents chip in or the person responsible for you can chip in. So you want to put down something aside just in case. Now here are some tips, guys. Prioritize your essential expenses and be discretionary when you're spending. Don't be a Vikisha. Apply for grants and scholarships. Guys, let me tell you something. There are so many scholarships that goes unutilized every year because students don't apply for them. If you're like me and you click on the first one, you're just like, I can't bother. I'm over this. But guys, it can help. A $20,000 here, a $50,000 here goes a long way. Check with local organization before leaving for Jamaica. So you guys would have done that already. Visit the Office of Student Financing website. That's where most of the scholarships and bursaries are listed. Coordinate your expenses with friends. Now guys, the person sitting next to you can be your BFF for life. But if they can't be your BFF for life, let them be your BFF for right now. Why? When you pool your resources together, so you're going grocery shopping, you pool your resources together, you plan your meals for the month, the week, you know, what you can manage, and you're able to spend a lot less. So the person sitting next to you is your new BFF, your new shopping buddy, your new grocery person that you want to, you know, coordinate your expenses with, and you buy in bulk. So say 5 pounds of sugars cost $200, don't quote me, and 1 pound of sugar costs $50. Which one is more economical? Thank you. Now, as I said, we are trying to understand the Jamaican currency. So, these fellas that you see right here and the one lady there, these are our older currency, but they're still in circulation, they're still legal tender. What I use as a decider for most of the notes is that the old notes have, majority of them have one person on it. For the new notes, majority of them have 2 persons. So we have the $50 that we call, you know, $50, and this is roughly like something that can buy you a candy. Yes. And we have $100 bills, a bottle of water. So you guys, you can think of the money we just buy the item. A $500 or a nanny can buy you a small lunch, you know, if you don't eat a lot like Vikisha. $1,000 or a grand, lunch and a beverage. We have a new note, which most of us Jamaicans are still getting used to having a $2,000. And this can use to put on a 2 weeks data plan. For the $5,000 bill or the $5,000, when you feel like you have a little money, this we can use to buy some groceries. So you can look at the monies, the different monies, and just get familiar with them. As I said, one of the deciding factors is the older money have one person on it except for Marcus Garvey, who they chose not to disturb, and just leave him on the $100. So for everyone else, there is two persons on it. So I hope that has helped you to understand the money just a little bit, and my colleague will help you to set up a bank account.
Thank you, Vikisha. Good afternoon again, everyone. Today I will be discussing a little about setting up a local bank account. You will need to ensure the necessary preparation to sustain and support yourself while here in Jamaica. This will include things such as paying for your groceries, paying for your bills, and other day-to-day living expenses. Setting up a local bank account will enable you to conduct these transactions while providing a safe place for you to store your funds. Benefits of setting up a local bank account. Opening a local account can offer numerous benefits. While the specific advantage may vary depending on your location and the bank you choose, here are some of the common benefits that are available. For one, it is cheaper. You save on conversion rates, as different places will offer you different rates of conversion. So paying for things in the local currency will ultimately enable you to save. Safety, it prevents you from walking around with large amounts of cash, and it provides a safe place for you to store your money. Third, accessibility. You will have 24-hour access to the bank's many ATM machines located throughout the island, and you will also be able to monitor your account via online banking. And finally, convenience. You'll be able to make payments and receive funds with ease, and your family and friends will be able to transfer funds as well to you. All right, some things you should know before setting up the account. Once you have a local bank account, there will be certain fees that will become applicable to you. There are transaction fees, ATM fees, transfer fees, and in-branch and withdrawal fees. Each bank has their own fee structure, so you'll have to do your research to see which one suits you best. And secondly, there are minimum amounts to open a local bank account. Each bank has their own requirements. Here you'll see a list of the financial institutions on campus. We have Scotiabank, NCB, Jamaica National, and Educom Cooperative Credit Union. And here we have a map. I'm not certain how well you can see it, but we have highlighted where the various branches are on campus. And if you're not able to see, Google Map is always your friend. What are on campus, let me just touch back. On campus, as I mentioned, we have those 4 branches. Based on their proximity to you here, we do recommend them. But once again, it's your choice. We have other banks apart from the 4 that I've mentioned, but those are not on campus. You're free to enter into an arrangement with them. The choice is yours. It is important to research and compare the banks to find which one best suits you and offer the most favorable terms and services that you will need. All branches on campus are cashless. However, you can access funds through the ATM machines. For those that may require currency exchange, you will have to do that off campus at any Cambio or money shop. All right, what are the general requirements for opening an account? You will need to have a valid passport or a national ID. You will need a tax registration number called a TRN. This is the equivalent of what a social security number is in the United States. You will also need references, proof of address. For that, you can use your hall acceptance letter. You'll need to prove source of funds and also your student status. And you'll be required for some branches to complete an application form. Before, you would have heard me mention a TRN. Some of you may be wondering, what is a TRN? This is a unique 9-digit identification number assigned to each individual. It is needed to conduct business with various institutions within Jamaica. Anyone can apply for a TRN by visiting the tax administration website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm to access the application form, or you can simply go in office. Please be guided that if you complete the form online, you will still need to carry it in to complete the process. And you can visit any location except for the Crossroads location. On the screen, you'll see an example of what the TRN card looks like. The requirements to get a TRN. You will need a government-issued identification. If you don't have that, you can a passport, you can use a passport or your birth certificate or your driver's license and your completed application form. It is a same-day service at no cost to you. A TRN assignment letter will be generated. It takes approximately 4 to 6 weeks before you get the actual card. You can use the letter to conduct business until you receive the card. When you're going to collect your card, it is important for you to walk with a form of identification. And behind the passports, that's just a sample of the application form for the TRN. And this is what the tax administration website looks like. You would visit at, again, jamaicatax.gov.jm, log into the web portal, select apply for a TRN, and complete the application form, and then visit the nearest tax office for the process to be completed. Remember, any location except for the Crossroads location. And that is our presentation. Are there any questions at this time? All right, thank you so much for listening, and bye-bye.
UWI! UWI! No, you see, a part of UWI experience is a survival skill you must have, right? You know, discomfort is a part of life, and you will go through it, right? I know some people are feeling hunger, but a part of the growth moment you have is to look beyond it. For just a brief while, is to speak to the gut and command it into subjection. Because you're going to have to do that and speak to the mind at some point in the future and command that into subjection. And the body and all of that. So why not get it early? UWI! Okay, brilliant. So, to take you to the next level on this issue of the mind and the body and the soul and everything in between is Dr. Nameche Richards. She is our psychiatrist and UWI at the UWI Health Center. Also joining her is Dr. Lester Shields, and he's a counselor at the UWI Health Center. They are about to take you through the health and wellness services. So, just like we do it in the show, put your hands together and welcome them.
Good afternoon. My presentation is actually on adjusting to a foreign country, being here as a student, and unfortunately I cannot tell you how to adjust to starvation. But I'll go through our presentation really quickly. So with me is Dr. Richards, who is from, the both of us are from the health center, and there are a number of services that are offered at the health center. I'm asking her just to say what those are before I go into the presentation proper.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shields. I am Dr. Nameche Richards, affectionately called Dr. Nemi. Thank you for having us. Let me get straight to the point. At the health center, which I think Dr. Shields will let you know exactly where that is, we offer services that include general medical services, nursing services, dental services, counseling and psychiatric services. We have a pharmacy. We also offer public health services. And under our public health service, I want you to be aware of a program that's being offered through Health Connect Jamaica, where we provide HIV test kits that you can just take once you register and do your own self-testing on your own, in your own privacy, in the privacy of your room, wherever you are. So that's something that you should know about at the health center. Over to you, Dr. Shields.
Okay. So as a registered university UWI student, each of you is entitled to the services at the health center. And it's near the Irving Gate, where they said the taxi services. If you go towards there, someone from there can give you directions to get to the health center. We ask if you have a pre-existing medical or mental health issue, that you come and register with us from now, because if it's going to affect your study and your performance here, we want to know about it beforehand. But any other thing that may affect your studies during the course of the semester, please come over to the health center and see one of the clinicians there. So I'm going to go through this, unfortunately, very quickly. So we're going through transition being here, whether you grew up here or not, since you've been living overseas for a while, readjusting to Jamaica is going to have some transitions to it. And I want to go through some of those with you. So please take for granted that you are coming with a lot of background and history and personality that's going to affect how you adjust to what is here. If someone were to ask you a week from now, who was the person who made the presentation on transition, you will have, each of you will have a different description of what you heard, and you might not even, at the end of it, person listening to you might not think that you're talking about the same person. So what we're bringing with us affects how we see, hear, and perceive what we're in the present. In a way, our reality is not, our reality of how we perceive reality is sometimes not real. And we just have to take that for granted. We bring so much with us that it affects how we see what is happening around us and perceive what is happening around us. So to adjust to that, I have some suggestions to make for that. So those of us who study this type of things about what it is like to adjust to a new place, say this is a stage. You're probably, as you know, with these stages in a little psychology that you have studied, that we don't always go through them. The most popular one is the stages that we go through with grief, and we know that we don't go through all of them. So hopefully, initially, everything is good and feels good about being here, and you're happy to be here and excited. This is your honeymoon period. And then, because things are different, there's going to be some rubbing you the wrong way. Can't things just go to the way they should be? And there may be a little testiness or hostility that you may experience in dealing with people and situations around. And trust me, here we have a lot of things that is going to rub you the wrong way. But you will move beyond that to a stage of this is the way things are, I'm liking it, I'm accepting and adjusting to the way things are. And then hopefully eventually you say, oh, I'd like to make this my home. It's so great here. So we know that English is not the same everywhere, and this can be quite annoying. So here in Jamaica, we speak English, and we have our dialect, or our other language, we're calling it. And so even the words that are used, they may not have the same meaning that you are used to, and just take that for granted, that you may have to ask a person to explain what it is they say. And if they said, I said that in English, they said, I know, but I didn't understand. Officials are not the same everywhere, and there is a culture about our officials that you will learn about. I'm smiling because I want you to experience that yourself. But don't get frustrated. It's just a whole culture around who has authority here that we all have to learn to adjust to. And don't let it throw you off. And in terms of forming friendships, I'm going to suggest to you that you ask a lot of questions about what is happening. in terms of who you may perceive as a very nice person and who you may perceive as not so nice or aggressive towards you. Ask what is happening, because forming friendships in a new culture can be quite challenging. And then if you want to date someone here, good luck. We have so many levels and tiers of in our culture when it comes to who we love and don't love. And it will be fun for you to experience that. So don't be afraid to ask. Please explain to me what is happening. In English, preferably. Ask what is happening. And foods are different. We have a lot of, when it comes to taste, we're very specific about that. And if you can't get the foods that you're used to from back home, it may be a challenge for you. But those of us who live here think that our food is great, and we have a lot of variety, and please explore it. But ask, what is this? What am I tasting? What is it in there? Just don't be afraid to ask. And use the excuse, I'm not from around here, this is my first time here, so I'm asking what this is. And then, of course, you know, table manners vary. Should I stand up and eat this? Should I have it run all over my hand while I'm eating it, especially mangoes? Should I use a fork? Should I sit down for this? Just ask questions. How exactly am I to manage this thing that is in front of me? And don't be afraid to do that. We have a thing about religion here. So even the most agnostic person who said they don't believe in God, sometimes you will hear them say to you, the Bible says, which will become confusing. And then you will hear religious persons, and again, especially those who you want to date, they will have some notions that may not hook up with your religious beliefs. So just ask again, what are the expectations here, and don't be afraid to do that. Prejudices goes both ways, so just say, I'm used to this, and so I don't understand what this is about. Do not be afraid to say that. And then customer service here is going to be a challenge. You will have to have a lot of patience. We love when you get upset with us, and we will not help you out when you do. So just have a lot of patience when it comes to any form of customer service here. And you will learn eventually in time how to negotiate dealing with an official. So if you find that you're getting just irritable about everything, things you're not adjusting well. Your honeymoon, in a few weeks you should be over everything and excited about adjusting even more and so. But if you find that it's not going away and things are irritating you, please come and talk to somebody about that, because the adjustment is not going well. If you find that you're cutting off yourself from people, situations you just don't want to be around, it may be a sign. Unless you were like that back home, you know, that you don't like people and you avoid. But if you find that you were and you're not wanting to mix with a person, use that as a sign that the adjustment is not going well. And again, just come and talk to one about that. And if you're just afraid all the time of the situation and on edge about everything around you, there's a lot of reasons to be, but as the security told you on campus, there's every attempt to make this a very safe environment. But if you find you're just on edge all the time, do come and talk to us, because the adjustment may not be going that well. So what are the best practices for adjusting well? Be positive about everything. Try to find a way to say, oh, that was really interesting. Smile about it. Just find a positive way to interpret what you're noticing and then ask questions about it. And just about everything can be put in a positive light. You can then ask someone afterwards, what happened there, and what would have been an appropriate response for me. But initially, try to be positive about what you're experiencing. Listen, again, because when we go somewhere new, we're carrying all of our baggage with us. listen to what's going around, observe and ask questions about that. Do not presume to be understanding what you're noticing, what you're seeing, what you're hearing. Ask questions about that. But listen to, I said, I heard this and I observed that. What was that about? Ask questions. Do not be afraid. You're not showing that you are condescending or you are better by asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions about everything around. And explore your new environment, so get to know the campus, and then when you go off campus, go with others and explore what Kingston has to offer. And do get to know somebody here who's a local whom you can ask questions about what is happening. You still have to be a student, because that's you're here to study. So don't forget, find out where all your classes are, where the library is, all the things that are necessary for being a student. Do have a face-to-face talk with your lecturer. Don't think you're acting special or narcissistic or entitled. Go up to your lecturer and say, I'm a new student, I'm from overseas, glad to be in your class, been looking forward to this. But go and let your face be seen. And put on your best accent from your country or from your language when you do that. Get the telephone numbers of some people in your class. Go over and say, hey, I'm really glad that I'm in this class with you. Can I get your contact number? Not a romantic thing. I just want to know your number to ask questions when I don't understand what is happening. And then whoever is the program director for whichever program you're in, get to know that person. Make contact, find out the email address. Say, I'm in here. I hope you're a contact that whenever I have questions about this program, that I can contact you. So, as we'd say in Jamaica, force up yourself on people and specific people. And then I wanted to spend more time on this, but we don't have the time. We all have learning styles, and they may have worked very well for you back home, but because of the changes, you may have to make some adjustment. And one of them may be, which is true for everyone who comes onto a university campus and go on to hall. If you're used to the only way you can encode information, the only way you can learn information is to have total silence, that is, even for us Jamaicans coming on hall, you may find that to be a challenge, unfortunately, even in the library. So know what your learning style is, and just say, the reason I'm not learning may not have to do with adjusting, but because things are different, and so you may have to adjust your learning style. But first acknowledge what it has been for you to study well, what that has been, and then when you notice that things are not that way, either ask where I can achieve the type of learning that I'm used to, and seek that place out and those conditions out. But first you have to be aware, and then of yourself, and then what are the conditions under which are presently presenting themselves to you. Time management, important. I know you know that is important. Don't forget that. So in your excitement, hopefully you're excited to get out of here and have lunch. You may stop listening to me, but you have to manage all of that in an appropriate way that will help you with your study. So don't forget that. It may be very helpful for you to join a group at this stage. They can tell you a lot of things that you may not have heard in the class, and say, this is probably how we heard it. And then just in general, group studying can be very helpful. If persons in the group start to make it their therapy session, where, my mother died and she died the week before also, and they're bringing that in there, you may have to be the one to refocus. This is a study group, and we want to stay focused on that. We can form a social group outside of this to talk about that. Participate in the classroom, ask questions. You have to read. It sounds like an odd thing for a lot of students, but you have to read. And then all of your presentations and course assignments must be done in English. You cannot start off by saying, English is not my first language, and so I'm going to write in my native language. That is not going to work. And then, don't forget, this is the last thing, you have to regulate your sleep, regulate your diet. On diet, experiment on what works for you at what time of the day to increase your concentration. So don't presume that you know because of the new foods that you're going to be experiencing how your concentration is helped by what you consume. So know that about yourself. Have an exercise routine. Definitely have people that every week you're socializing with. Do not lock yourself away. So have your group of friends and others and the social activities that are there. And do have one person that you can trust, that you can ask what is happening, and which is just general in just being a student. Sometimes you're going to have a lecturer who seems to have target you and single you out to annoy you or whatever, and you may be tempted to shoot off an email or speak to the lecturer after class. Check with the person that you confide in before about what is an appropriate thing to say. So it is just good policy for us to have someone that we can ask all of these questions and somebody that we can trust. Thank you.
Any questions that you want to pose to Dr. Shields or to Health and Wellness in general? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. And thank you very much, Dr. Richards. Okay. So we've gotten to a pretty interesting part, right? You've been sitting down all morning, getting a little peckish. The word peckish means hungry. I'm not sure how many other cultures may use that word. But you've sat down for the most part. We're winding down and it's time for you to get jiggy. Right? So, you're about to be introduced to the Jamaican culture in fine style. It's dance, music, and culture. We have a group called Kingston Rock. They are coming to take you through that experience. So, listen, the last ounce of energy you've got inside you, that last bit you've been storing up, let it out. Right? Have fun, move to the music. Put your hands together and welcome Kingston Rock.
Tonight, while we're there, remember all the things that I told you to do. You'll be there by yourself, reminiscing all the things that I taught you to do. Tonight I'll be lonely, but the feelings in my soul, I know I'ma lose you. That's the way it ought to be tonight. And then you applaud. What's up? What's up, everybody? No, I'm not on other places. So, what? Hello? No, no. Let me see if I learn nothing since I'm there. You. Yeah. Mr. Don, are you responsible for that? Thank you, something there. Well, let's do it again. You. All right. That's all right. That energy that I want. You see what I say? Right? So, guys, have you met anybody here who can dance? No? All right. So, here's what I need. Must be between a 3. So, this section right here is 1. This is 1. This is 1. Right? 3 sections. Cool? I need a representative from each section. You have 3 seconds to volunteer somebody or we'll just come get you. 1. From each section, you say? 1 from each section. No. Wait, may I give them 3 seconds. 1, 2. You know, have to be Jamaican. We never ask you for your passport. We just ask you to come up here on the stage. 1, 2, 3. Let's go get them. You get 1, all right? Let me see now. I'm gonna. Ooh, you smile as more. Come. Hey, oh, you're not. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. Fresh. Come, boss. Yes, man. Come here, my G. Man, ready in your talk. Whoa. Man, ready. Young locks. You have 3? We need 1 more. All right, to get somebody. All right. She's not a. You're fresher? You're not fresher. All right, okay. All right. No, sir, you need to play one wedding march. Will not take so long. Come now, man. All right, so names. What's your name, Big G?
Devin.
And you're from Jamaica?
No.
You don't remember? Oh.
My dad's from here, but I grew up in the Bahamas.
All right, good. That's Devin.
What's your name?
Jade. Yeah, Jade.
All right.
You sure you're not from sure? You sure?
Jade.
Hi, Jade. How you doing?
And you're from Jamaica?
Yeah.
All right.
Why you sound like you're disappointed? Yeah.
All right. What's your name?
I'm Shari, and I'm from the Bahamas.
All right. And I'm contestant number 6. She said that like a contestant, don't it? Yeah, mom, I like it. All right, so the reason I brought you guys up here, anybody ever heard about ska? Yeah? Yeah, no, we'll mix it up, or everybody gonna learn now. Okay, so ska was a dance which had its own music and everything from earlier evolution of Jamaican music, right? So we're gonna teach these 3 guys ska, and they're gonna do it, and you guys are gonna cheer in appreciation for their efforts, right? Yeah? All right. So, look a piece of music there, please. So this, see, she know what I'm going. She right there, so know what I'm going. Yeah, give me a piece of music now. No, all right, I could do a cappella. You ever see somebody dance a cappella yet? Magic. All right, Robert, since you volunteer, go on in front. Come, Robert. So this is ska. You're going to get on the foot first? Foot, right? So do what he's doing with the feet. Not the bicycle something. No, not that. It's from the side. Side to side. You see there? Yeah. Right? Bend the knees. Mind your back broke. Bend the knee. All right. And then add the arms. See, you know what go on there. Add the arms, no Bahamas. Add the arms. Come, add the arms. Something not going right there. Something not going right there, so. Something not going right there, so. Yeah. Well, make sure the video this in the car when they're not them fans, they don't tease them. Alright, so we're going to do it together. Ready? Yes, remember, alright. You want to see? Start from top. And these are traditional Jamaican songs, ska songs. Lady in the green, you know what I'm going. Don't it? Yeah, don't it? Yeah, mom, you used to see us ska party, don't it? Ready? Hey there, yo, by the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down and where we remember Zion. See it there? And they carry us away captivity. We cry out for master sound. How can come on, give it up for them, them my word. If I had a way comforter, if I had a way comforter, I will fly away. You look like you know what you're interested too much. Come on, do some breath. 3, 4, and we it's a condom, I got it. No, man. And it feels till it kills poor Sammy. Sammy dead. Ladies and gentlemen, have a special guest. That is very good at ska. Yeah, man. Sammy teeth make him kill him. Give them it. And the teeth, Sammy teeth make him kill him. But I get to make them kill him. Make them kill him. I will say Sammy. Pull up. No, sir, give all them a run of applause. All of them a round of applause. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. No, me like the knee. You see the knee get nervous. But it's remix, youth. You're the boss. All right, we'll keep it going now. This one is called Get Up In. It's the first song that we ever recorded, the first song we ever released. So it was produced by Dean Fraser. I don't know if anybody knows who that is. But yeah. You say you know, she knows. So he's responsible for the career of people like Taurus Riley and when name again? Snap My Finger, yeah. And the other enough other big people, right? Good. Let's go, Get Up In.
From day to day we live, searching for a identity, while the rich man says we are a menace to society, but they don't know what it's like, what it's really like, what it's really like to face real ghetto pain, to face real ghetto pressure, to face real ghetto pain, to face real ghetto pressure. Yeah. On and on we go. Our reds we try to uphold. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other. While the oppressor says they turn into politics. It's the only way. We face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure. We face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure. One day the tables will turn. Whoa. Into all men out there. To all men out there. Beware, for your barriers will burn. Burn, burn, burn. On and on we go. Our reds we try to uphold. Our brothers turn to crime, killing each other for a dime. No. While the oppressor says that turn into politics is the only way. We face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure. We face real ghetto pain. We face real ghetto pressure. Yeah. Whoa.
I saw a couple people ears perk up when they heard the song. Like, oh, I know this song. I didn't know it was them. Yeah, you might know it from Dwayne Stevenson as well. We're in a group together before, so yeah, that's where you probably heard it. All right. So this next one, I need everybody to sing. I'm going to sing with me. We're going to interact. We're going to exchange. Me I sing one line, you sing the next line. Right? Yeah? I'm not going to sure. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you agree, you know the song. We know someone know the song. I tell them, boy, you don't know if you know the song. You know it? Let's go.
Need some today.
The one we come after the one that we played a while ago. That is the one. The sky. Volume. Last. Oh, no, no.
Now everybody go to breakfast.
You look like are you over singing? I don't want to see you singing. I feel like I want to have a singing. You go both with the result. Nothing to discuss, so cause I go in by default, so without any doubt. You know some of them, man? I'm in peace and peace. Who can sing it? Who can sing it? All of a sudden, nobody knows the song again. know them get close. Come, we need somebody. Man, ayo. Alright, everybody who that part now. I need at least that. I need it. Oh, at least we get that. At least we get that. I need it. Oh, give me the next one. Give me the next one.
You must know them one, you know.
Next track. Next one.
Next.
All right.
Let's go.
I'm used to things happening when I do that. Like magic. Ready?
Must know this. Don't.
Who have good friends that always check on them?
I've been drinking more alcohol.
Pull it, pull it, pull it. Pull it, man. Pull it, man. Mr. Who have good friends that always check on them? Am I brother them this? Me never look for them yet. Right? But we love each other.
I've been drinking more alcohol for the. And did you check on me?
No.
And did you look for me? I walk in the room, eyes are red, and I don't smoke banga. And did you check on me?
No.
And did you look for me? That's why I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna reach the bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Don't make nobody stress me, don't disturb me.
No.
I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna reach the bad things no more. I don't wanna go back to where they before. Don't make nobody stress me, no disturb. Must know this. Come wind up on me body, girl. Wine like it's a carnival. Love to see the way. We can dance if you want to dance.
For me, oh no.
And baby, this is so emotional. Wine up on me body, girl. Love to see the.
Whenever you hear about you, we can't
wine for me, yeah.
Can't get in trouble.
Say baby, you bubbling, you bubbling, you bubbling, you baby. Like you
party anyone.
Bubbling, you bubbling, you bubbling, baby. I've been drinking more alcohol for the. And did you check on me, yeah? And did you look for me? That's why I sip my alcohol. I don't wanna read the bad things no more. I don't wanna do it before. Don't let nobody stress me, don't disturb me. Yeah.
Me I get a shy vibes from them, you know. Them want them, you know, themself a dance, you know, but outside them doesn't. Yeah man, she ready for perform. You carry her up on tour.
Come here 1 second, please. Come here. Yeah man, you
in the gray.
You know yourself. You don't have to hide.
Come help her up here.
You don't have to hide. Come here 1 second, please. Come here.
Yeah man, yes ma'am. Yeah.
Why not from the body, girl? Why like it's a carnival? Mom is here?
Mom.
All right, come here and do this.
We're gonna do
it. For me, yeah. Baby, this is so emotional. She coming, man. She coming. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Me no know if she gonna do what she think she gonna come do. Come. It's too late. Come now.
It's too
late, mama. It's too late.
You cannot run.
All right. Now, if she don't know how to do, we'll ask her to do. We're gonna need somebody. Don't please.
You cannot run.
We're gonna ask somebody for sure how to do what we want her to do, right? We have enough people can help. Tutorials, don't it?
Wait. 1 second, go on.
Ready? No, we are bring the youth for. All right, run the track. Don't where you go.
Ready, run it.
You know this, don't?
You don't know this?
You know this, don't? You must know. You know. What? Where you go?
I'm looking at the film.
Come. No. So we are the few son about. No, you over my side. Come here, you come. She over my side. Me have a team. You and him come. You're my party. Come. You're my party from last year. Come on, man. You can't drift. You know that one. We'll put him on the bench. We'll leave him on the bench. Your class. Come again. Give me front top.
Wait. Renato.
Give me front top.
You want to know the name? You guys are a dance group or no? So, what's your name, boss? Why not? You know his name? What's your
Something
name?
in the AC make everybody have amnesia.
All right, so thank you guys very much. Music. Ready, let's go.
Ready. Am my parties now? You are teaching me. I don't know nothing what I'm going. You have to teach me. Ready? I say she don't want something like she have fun fly. You know, say you not teach me nothing yet, right? Okay. Again. Okay. And then we go so now. We know the one, yeah? The party, yeah? We know the party, yeah? Hey! Smooth it. Hold on, no man. Yeah, big up.
Thank you very much. Ready?
Next one. We could come in and do a song by the brother, yeah? We don't know who. Give it. We don't know who. Me hear somebody calling him a while ago. It start with a Q.
Ready? Let's go.
We don't know who this.
If you know it, sing it. Could you be loved and be loved? Could you be loved and be loved? Don't let them fool you. Oh no. Or even try to school ya. Oh no, yeah. We've got a mind of our own, so go to hell it, watch it thinking isn't right. Love will never leave us alone. In the darkness, they must come out to light. Could you be loved and be loved? Yeah. Could you be loved and be loved? Yeah. So why they point to think that someone else is judging you? Don't let them change you. Oh no. Or even rearrange you. We've got a life to live, yeah. They say only the fittest of the fittest shall survive. Stay alive, yeah. Could you be loved and be loved, yeah. Could you be loved, oh yeah, and be loved?
Thank you. We are Kingston Rock. And welcome to UWI. UWI. That's right.
Come on, give some energy. Give some energy. So, it was our intention to give you as much as we could, a little bit of everything, a little bit of the health, a little bit of the information, a little bit of the culture. This certainly is the beginning, and at the end, you have 3 to 5 years to get more of this. And I would invite you to be a student of life and to be a student of the culture. and to make use of every opportunity, whether it's in the classroom or out of it. We hope that you would have gotten enough today to get you interested and for you to take the responsibility upon yourself to do more. At this time, to do the vote of thanks, I'm asking Mr. Jamani Dunn, who is the Assistant Registrar for Admissions and the International Office, to come forward.
All right, thank you very much, Roger. Whoa, yes, indeed. I know it's been a long day, but really appreciate you guys. Can we just give another round of applause for Kingston Rock? Yeah, man, we really wanted to end this with you guys rocking. So we appreciate your patience. Of course, we know that it has been a very long day, to say the least. But I hope you found this session to be beneficial. Now, you know, this was definitely a team effort, and there were many people who contributed to supporting this event that we just want to very quickly acknowledge. So on behalf of the Admissions and International Office, it's my pleasure to thank them, starting with our registrar, Dr. Donovan Stanbury. So we thank him for his welcome remarks. We also want to give a big thanks to Mr. Jason McKenzie from the Office of Student Services and Development. We also want to include in that thanks to OSSD, Rasheen Roper Robinson, who worked well behind the scenes, Athel Hamilton as well, and Shaniqua Senior, and all of the student services and development managers, the RAs, and the student support personnel. Now, of course, we want to give an extra special thanks to our outstanding host, Mr. Roger Bent, for his excellent, yes, I have to give him a round of applause, man. Yeah, man, top team, top team. Yeah, man, so thank you very, very much, Roger. We also want to express our gratitude to the Guild, our President, Omolora Wilson, and Vice President, Martin Neal Bartley, who worked closely with us in organizing this event. We also want to thank Javante Webster for his support. Now, we had some great presentations today, and I hope you found them beneficial. So we therefore want to thank the Director of Campus Security, Mr. Norman Haywood, Camille Campbell from the Student Administrative Services section of the bursary, Dr. Lester Shields and Ameche Richards from the UWI Health Center, and Jolice Johnson from Campus Elite. Now, I think you will agree that our presentations, our performers were pretty awesome. So I'd like to express gratitude to Kingston Rock, that was Renardo Wilson, and Richard and Robert Morgan. And to our dancers, Emil Livingston, also known as Warmington, and his fellow dancer, we really appreciate their support and performance. So, of course, there are many hands behind the scenes that work tirelessly. So we'd like to thank the entire team from the Faculty of Medical Sciences. That includes Janet Russell, Sharon Roberts, Ashmara McMahon, Damian Brown, and, of course, Shanique Graham, and other members of their team. They provide us with this excellent location, for one, and the technical guidance and logistics for this event. We also would like to thank Estate Management providing their services, and of course, big heartfelt thanks to our live streaming partner, UWI, and in particular, Janet Carew, Maxi Baldeo, Dwayne Harris, and Kadeem Lawrence. So thank you again for all your support. Big thanks to Andre Forbes and Shauna Spence from the UWI Mona Media team. They provided some assistance such as this screen. We also want to thank our caterer, Mr. Lambert Smith, and trust me, you guys are going to be tasting some wonderful, wonderful food in a short while, so you'll be thanking him as well. We want to thank the UWI marketing team, especially Odane Murray, Renee McKenzie, and Jermaine Austin. We want to acknowledge our photographer, Mr. Richard Spence, so thank you very much, sir. And of course, the dream team, the AIO team, including our head of section, Dr. Marsha Morgan Allen, and other members from the International Office team, including Herman Terrell, Tony Ann Reed, Vikisha Allen, and Elizabeth Bailey. So thank you again, guys, for all your hard work and support. And so we did it, so we can now breathe a sigh of relief, right? All right, Vikisha, I see you. But lastly, we of course want to thank you, our students and our audience. Couldn't have done it without you. This was really about you. And we wanted to share with you as much as possible. Maybe too much, but we wanted to share with you as much as possible so that you guys could really understand and integrate yourself here at Mona. So as I mentioned, we invite you to have a taste of Jamaica which has some light refreshments, including ackee and saltfish, one of our, well, it is our national dish. We also have jerk chicken, stamp and go, and festival. So the tickets that you'll get from my colleagues here will allow you to get a plate of food. It has just a brief description of the delicacies that you'll be treated to. Of course, we encourage you to continue the orientation spirit into the other events. So this is a full week of orientation. And so just please do attend all of those sessions. And so without further ado, we really just want to wish you the best for the academic year ahead. I know you guys are ready and have the energy and the drive to push through. So really thank you again, and we wish you a good rest of your day. All right, thank you guys. All right. Right, so the food will be served at the exhibition room, which is to the left. So once you go up the stairs, going back to like the main building, you'll see the food laid out there. And colleagues will be on hand to usher you to the food. So please do enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you.